we walk these streets with diamonds in our eyes. Out with the vampires under a midnight sky. My mind so hypnotized. It was exciting. It was the 90s. Mama didn't understand it, and Daddy always said that I was going too far. Said there's never any compromising if you try to win the battle to be who you are. I dance to the left, I dance to the right, hold hands with my demons and creatures of night, on an undercover mission to find somebody else like me. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Someone who can hear me and drink from the light, to see things from the same side. Is there anybody out there? 5 years later, I'm out with the same old faces and dead embraces. Things kept going wrong. I'm getting to thinking my daddy was right all along. So if you take a little walk on the wild side, be careful that you never slip your hands from the wheel. There's never any compromising when you're blinded by reflections from the part of you that's real. I dance to the left, I dance to the right, hold hands with my demons and creatures of night, on an undercover mission to find somebody else like
right now. What's up, everybody? It is time. Saturday. Time for some Act the King, and then we might get some pulls in, you know? Might as well. Might as well get a few pulls. What Saturday night is complete without a few pulls? I mean, come on, Atlas. You know this.
I seen the polls today. That's what I watched on stream. The first WWE Champions stream.
Oh, great. So some pulls, some razzing. Yeah, Penninson, you're correct. Some pulls and some razzing. What else do you need? So I didn't see anything today. This is like I got home like 30 minutes ago, and now I'm here on the stream. So, but I've just, of course, I do check Twitter. And am I correct in him saying that he didn't? The business cards were photoshopped? I believe I did read that.
Yes, that's what he's trying to say. I've never seen that. So.
Okay, well, why don't I just play a video for you here? I have. Let's just play a video. This channel we're watching is DSP Reacts, and it's titled February 12th, 2015. This video is not altered in any way. It's from DSP Reacts. So why don't we just play this video for a second? Just as a little, let's say, appetizer today, okay?
Is this it? Hold on, this might not be it.
Okay.
That's not it. That's not the business card. Hold on.
Okay, cool. Oh,
that's the business.
Okay. Is this is photoshopped? I'm guessing. Is that what he said, or?
Looks photoshopped to me.
Oh,
what channel is this on?
This is on DSP Reacts. This is not any sort of detractor channel that I know of. It appears to be the DSP Reacts channel. So I just wanted to be clear on this, that this is not photoshopped in any way. Look, I wish I could show you here. Here, look, it's not a still image. As you can see, I'm moving it around. I wish I had other ways to prove it, but very interesting. So now we're at the part of the arc where we just lie about whatever we want and just say stuff, I guess. But
yeah,
all right,
none of it makes sense when you put them next to each other. Don't worry about it. You're looking too hard. You damn dirty tractor.
Got it. All right. Well, there you go. So this is cat is pissed. This cat, my cat, not the cat. But there we go. Today we're gonna do Ask the King, and then we're gonna do some polls until we get a tip. And luckily, from this new arc, the tips come quick, so we won't have to stay late. But if you remember, it feels like a long time ago, but the last time we did this was 2 weeks ago, Ask the King, and we only got to part 1. So today's going to be Ask the King episode 37, part 2, 3, and 4, because they're all 4-parters now. So anyways, you know how the deal is. We just watch Ask the King, and that's it. All right, so let's get to it.
I make it sound so exciting.
I know. We got a lot more left in this fucking series. It goes to like what episode? How many are there?
There's a lot of them. He was shooting for 100, so I'm pretty sure he was close to that.
Yeah, so we got like 60 more weeks of this, so that's a full year. I might not make it. I might be dead by the time we finish this. But all right, anyways, let's go.
Might be 14 by that time.
Big ups to Paulette Bro for the Paulette Burrow for the gift, by the way. All right, let's go. Ask the King, episode 36, part 2. Topics: women in games. Dealing with loss. Cyberbullying.
Let's go.
3 good topics. All right, here we go. All right, we have 10 seconds of this. Machinima. And here comes Male Motherfucker.
Male Motherfucker.
Big ups.
Classic.
All of them.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of Ask the King, episode 37 for October 3rd, 2013. Let's get right back into it because I've got a ton of questions to answer. Okay.
Please. Oh, all right.
Excuse me.
We are 2013 right now, October 3rd.
Is from Trinjetto, or it might be pronounced Trinhetto, I'm not sure.
Oh.
He says, "Hello, Phil. I remember that you actually talked about having a business degree and working in a business-related setting in your previous job. My question is, what ultimately inspired you to pursue business? Have you considered any other paths besides business, or did you always thought that business was the right choice to go?" That's a funny question. I have talked about this in the past, but it's been years since I had a question like this. So I'm going to go ahead and answer it because I think I have a lot of viewers obviously now who weren't following me back then. Maybe enjoy the answer. When I was going to college, the biggest thing at the time, now keep in mind, this was...
okay, that we're going to get the
Computer science, right?
Little check. Yeah, I started computer science. The teacher sucked and didn't know anything, and then we went to business. I think that's the story we're gonna get here. Let's see.
Over a decade ago,
Well, the teacher didn't suck. He sucked at teaching the basics. You had to have a fundamental knowledge. Was the
okay.
100%.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yes, it was all about IT, computer science, being able to code. It was the big thing at the time.
Yeah.
All right. In fact, this was before the bubble burst on the whole Silicon Valley thing. So all the tech stocks and everything were insanely high priced. Everyone was like, you got to go into computer science if you want to make money.
Because everyone knows tech prices now are like bottom of the barrel, of course.
So anyone that got into tech at this point is basically hopeless. So good choice, Philip.
I was looking at all the colleges around my area. I looked at different ones. Boston College. I actually looked at some local state colleges. And then there was this local college called Fairfield University, very highly rated in Connecticut, all right? And
very highly rated in Connecticut.
it turns out that I got a few scholarships. I was a very good student, by the way. I had a few scholarship offers.
I was pretty good, you guys. I don't know if I've told you this.
And one of the ones that gave me a really good offer was Fairfield University. And ultimately I accepted it because I wanted to stay closer to home. In case anything happened with my parents, but I wanted the fact that I could be away living at college, but also be close to home.
He wanted to stay closer to home when they were younger, but as they got older, he wanted to move to the other side of the country.
Yeah, so
Fairfield makes sense.
Fairfield University is a private Jesuit university in Fairfield, Connecticut. I don't know what that entails exactly. Are Jesuit universities any different than normal universities? I do not know. But there we go.
I don't know what that even means. I thought that was a Native American tribe. So
last of the Mohicans, yes.
And I actually started out as a computer science major. This is what I figured. I wanted to do because I wanted to make money at a job. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, but Fairfield University is one of those colleges that likes to say it's diverse. They love to say that, but when you really look at the curriculum, you find out they're not. Yeah, they have a computer science program, but it's awful. The teachers that they have aren't even teachers. These are guys who are in the industry, so they're really good at coding. You know, they're good at doing the work, doing the coding, but they can't teach how to fucking do it to save their fucking life.
Okay, yes, of course. You could have guessed with Philip. The teachers would be the problem, not his own learning. You know.
It's the fucking shitty college netcode, dude. There's nothing he can do.
So it's not just that. There were other subjects too that they had that were similar. Do this for your major.
It's turning in
assignments. People would go there and be like, this is terrible. The teachers are awful. So this particular teacher that I had for the first 2 years where I was going to do computer science, I was forced to have this guy, could not teach for a lick. He would literally, you go in and
could not teach for a lick. Oh shit, NW News, big ups. I went to Fairfield Prep, the Jesuit high school on the same Fairfield University campus. University was pathetic. The high school was nicer. Big ups, NWO News, for that in-depth lore here. Big ups. All right,
like
there
the
we
lore
go.
drop, hell yeah.
And for an hour, he would teach you a lesson. Then he would give you an assignment to do for homework. And you had to do it for the next week.
That's how it works.
You go home and realize he didn't teach you how to do half the shit you need to know how to do the assignment. Because he's just a terrible teacher.
Man.
He didn't even realize that he didn't teach it to you. All right?
Okay, yeah, so you got to do some research yourself, Ever heard of it?
That's crazy.
Hosky says, seems like David Linda were excuses when inconvenient. Yep. But just like everything else. Is there anyone in his life that's not an excuse for his own bad behavior at some point? Everyone is an excuse.
I can't think of a single one. Not that I know of, which is a crazy thought.
Even like people he thinks positively of. Because because Kino Casino have been excuses for stuff. Like they said they wanted to do it, so that's why we did it, It's like everyone can be an excuse. It doesn't matter who.
So you'd end up having to try to learn all of the curriculum by yourself, which is impossible. When you're doing something...
Yeah, that's true. Ikiro, I kind of went over my head too, but he mistook diversity to mean different programs. Like he said, yeah, this college is very diverse. He's like, oh, they have different classes. He didn't know what they meant.
Oh my God, you're right. That is what he said, isn't it?
He said diversity means varied classes. Yeah, let me hear it again to make sure we don't miss the last drop. Here. I know we're already rewinding, but
I wanted to do because it was home for scholarship offers from several different colleges. And one of the ones that gave me a really good offer was Fairfield University.
Okay.
And ultimately, I accepted it because I wanted to stay closer to home in case anything happened with my parents. But I wanted the fact that I could be...
He was already worried about them? This is 10 years ago. He's already worried about them.
That's what I'm saying. And then 10 years later, he's just like, I don't give a shit. They're on death's door, yada yada.
Fuck them. And then we'll use them to pity beg for bankruptcy money. All right, or not bankruptcy money, tax money.
Away living at college.
Or money to take a trip for them. Or hold on, he will use it to beg for tax money that he actually would use to go visit them. Yes, that's the real story there. Okay, let's keep going.
Also be close to home. So I went to Fairfield U.
Yeah.
And I actually started out as a computer science major. Okay. This is what I figured. I wanted to do because I wanted to make money at a job. And unfortunately, I hate to say this.
Yeah.
But Fairfield University is one of those colleges that likes to say it's diverse. They love to say that.
Yeah.
But when you really look at the curriculum, you find out they're not. Yeah, they have a computer science program.
That's it. He thought diverse means different classes. Oh, wow.
There's all science. I was forced to have this guy.
That's wild.
I don't know how I didn't catch that the first time, because that's a total topic shift that, I guess with the guy, you just zone out. You're like, okay, so there's something else.
That happens.
You go in.
Big Up Hosky said, I've been in that style of programming class. You have bookwork that you're responsible for, and it's expanded on in class. No wonder he was lost. Yeah, that's my experience of college, too. Is they didn't tell you everything.
That's why I quit going. Because I don't like that. That's whack.
That's why Atlas quit. No, but that's what I mean. That's some people, like I had people in my school that would go to class the first day, and next time I saw them was in the exam, and they would still do great because you don't have to go to the class. That's how it was for me. I had to go though because I wasn't one of those people. But some people just said, "Fuck the classes. I'll go to the exams, learn the book, and then take the test." Some people are like that, but Philip needs a lot of hand-holding. Yeah.
Oh.
Most teachers would give you benefit, give you some kind of credit if you went to class, helps you get a better grade. And I needed that. I needed that help, so I went to class, but yeah.
And for an hour, he would teach you a lesson, then he would give you an assignment to do for homework, and you had to do it for the next week. You would go home and realize he didn't teach you how to do half the shit that he didn't teach it by yourself, which is impossible. When you're doing something that you don't understand, how can you learn it for yourself?
Yeah.
All right? So I was barely, getting by in this course to the point where I got in the teacher's face one day and told him, "You don't know how to teach. You don't. You're awful."
Got in his face.
He got all red in the face.
I confronted him. It's not. I addressed him politely off to the side. I got in his face, dude. I'm a badass.
This is the truth of this story is probably he sent an email. You know what I mean?
He's gonna cry because apparently no one ever confronted him about it before.
Right.
And unfortunately, I started asking the other students. I was like, "How are you getting by?" And they said, "Oh, well, we already had previous education in our high schools. We had a basics of coding, basics of Java, basics of this and that. So we have a foundation. We already know how to do the basics. That's how we're knowing how to do everything." And I'm like, "I never had that. So how the fuck am I supposed to pass?" And they basically said, "You're not going to pass."
Right.
So I was shocked because here I am in college. I got a scholarship for this college.
He said, "Okay."
Yeah, I'm sure he asked no one, by the way.
And the computer science program was utter shit. And so I was forced to change majors, and I went back from computer science to undeclared. So finally I wised up, and I said this was a bad approach. I should have done research to see what this college is supposedly good at. And after doing research, I found out their business school was highly, highly regarded. And so I went to the...
Oh, boy, it must be.
Their business school was highly, highly regarded.
Okay. Cool. What would you say about your current fans, DSP? How would you describe them?
School was highly, highly regarded.
Okay, well, that's one way to consider it. How would you consider any comment on maybe? Any comment on your biggest fans now, the ones you found from the Kino Casino arc? How would you describe them?
Highly regarded.
Oh, okay.
And so I went to their business school, didn't know what my major was going to be, eventually went into finance, and you know the story from there.
This is a terrible segue, but that does remind me, because I know you didn't watch today. Jade got his own segment today. It was very cool. It was very robust. They were calling him based in chat a couple of times, I heard. I like to see Jade love.
Okay, that's cool. Jade's finding his place because Jade hates this fucking arc. I'll tell you that. He's the one that.
That's why he got his own segment.
He gets WP Champions, though, so that is good. Why do you do until tip when it's going to be done right away? Well, usually, I mean, we had some nights where, before the arc happened, where we were here for an hour and a half, Gaming Guru.
And that's like a guys. We were here forever.
Yeah, but now it's not like that. But hey, that's fine with us. I don't need to watch WP Champions tonight. I don't care. I don't need to see an addict partake in his addiction.
Because unfortunately, no one in the finance
If I want that, I'll watch Only Use Me Blade.
industry will hire anyone unless you know
he's
someone.
more fun when he does
I don't
it.
know anyone. I'm not on the insiders list. It seems like no matter what I
insiders
do,
list.
honestly, no matter what I do,
Yeah.
since I'm not in the good old boys club and I don't know people, I get shunned.
Yep.
So I got a
Right.
finance
Yep.
major, got a finance degree,
This
got
is
out
in
of
relation
college. No one would give
to
me the
college.
Yep. What
This is the
led to
problem
you being a
everywhere he
business
goes,
bear?
I guess.
time of day whatsoever.
Yep.
No one. I would apply for jobs and wouldn't even get a call. They didn't care. Because they didn't, those jobs are all going to the people who knew someone.
Right,
Your
right.
son just graduated with a finance degree. Have him come to my firm and he'll do this and that, And I didn't know anyone. I couldn't get my foot in the door. Now here we are years later doing something completely different. Isn't it funny? Gee,
No.
I'm trying to get my foot in the door in the
Yo,
convention
he is
scene.
slurring,
I would
right?
like-
He's not getting these words out.
No, we are in the sauce at this point. And he would agree. He would admit that he was drinking during this time while doing this shit. So there we go.
I like to go to conventions like MagFest
Yeah.
and PAX East and all
Yeah.
that. But guess what? I'm not in the good old boys club. I don't know anyone. And since I'm not toe-to-toe friendly with the people in the industry,
That's because you don't try to do collabs with anyone until forced by someone as big as fucking Keemstar, right?
Yeah, he's waiting for all of these other people to want to reach out to him. When has he ever seemed approachable throughout his entire history?
no panel for you, no vendor table for you, nothing. It's like, what the fuck? How is
I don't care. Okay, okay. Panels is a little different, but when you are someone that people want to see, anyone will take you. I don't give a shit who you are. AVGN could know nobody from E3, but if AVGN had to reach out to E3, which he didn't, because E3 would reach out to him, they would take him. But when you know what I'm saying? When you're big enough, they don't give a shit about who you know. You're in you get a fucking panel because they win. But yes, it's bad because you're not one of these what is he trying to say here? I don't know anyone. Yeah, that's definitely the reason.
On the inside, ALT, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, definitely.
no panel for you, no vendor table
All
for you,
right.
nothing.
Thank you
It's
for
like,
re-upping
what
your
the
membership.
fuck?
I appreciate
How is it that every industry becomes like this? It eventually
definitely.
just becomes the good old boys club, and it's all about who you know, not what you know. It's ridiculous. And it happens everywhere I go at this point in my life, and I guess it's an inevitability that it will happen.
Okay, take a sip. Big ups to Smitty Weberman Jensen. Go ahead.
I would say it's almost like networking is a skill that other people also value. I don't know. Like that is human beings do that.
How come every single group he has become, outcast by? Every group he's ever been a part of, he's become outcast by. But never his fault, though, for sure. Smitty Weber and Jensen asks, how did he ever qualify for college 2.0 GPA? Well, he got a better GPA than that Smitty Weberman Jensen. He was a valedictorian at a small school. So there we go. And big ups to Thesis for the bomb. So big ups. I don't know what he got for his grade. I don't think he's ever said his GPA at college. I don't think he's ever let that be known. But that'd be a good question for a SOK account, though. I doubt it.
I don't even know his high school GPA. That's gone to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's what happened with me in my college experience, okay? And business, my history with business. The next question
story there.
is from Maddie the Zombie, and this is a good one.
Big ups to Pasta Maker says, excuse me, sir professor, I have a question about the curriculum. When you say binary, how do you get that it means 2 digits from that? I don't understand. You're a shit teacher. Love, Darkside Phil. Yeah, that's how he did it.
I specifically picked this one out because I thought it was quite pertinent.
Forgot my counter. Fuck.
So this question is from Maddie the
One
Zombie,
question.
and she asks...
Two questions. Yeah, two. Second question today.
Hi, Phil. I'm a female gamer.
Whoa.
And I have been playing video games almost my whole life.
I believe you.
I recently read a statistic on Entertainment Software Association's website that 45% of all gamers now are female.
Okay.
And that number is steadily increasing.
All
now,
right.
first of all,
Thank
let me
you for
clarify.
re-upping your membership. I appreciate
That number, I know, I'm familiar with that number. They're basing on all of gaming. So they're actually
Justine.
counting...
The guest is in chat. Chaos Realm 01, Panda Lee, I Justine, Gamer Nicole. Great guesses, guys.
I mean, if you take into consideration all the girls at DSPs, man, it's like 100% actually. Very progressive guys.
They're basing on all of gaming, so they're actually counting mobile games. So
Yes, I love sound bites like that. Phil, what's the one thing you think has ruined your life more than any other thing in the world?
Mobile games.
Okay,
so of course,
gotcha.
anyone who owns a smartphone or whatever is playing mobile
I love
games,
the
they're
screen
considering
taps I do. When he holds shit and taps on it, that's the chef's kiss.
And that's what's bringing that statistic way up.
Okay.
All right? But I get her point. She's saying there's more female gamers than ever before. Keep in mind that doesn't mean hardcore gamers, mean people who play consoles and everything, but
we're gatekeeping
the
hardcore
point's still
gaming.
valid.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
So her question is this. She says, do you
So females are only those mobile games. They're not serious gamers. Gotcha, Philip. Thank you.
think that with this growing female demographic, that the video game industry will start producing games that cater more to a female audience, such as making
What's
more games
that?
with female protagonists? Thanks
Okay.
for reading my question.
That's it. That's the one factor. Do you think there's gonna be more girl protagonists because girls play games? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, guys don't like hot girls running around. All right, so Atlas, how will he answer this? This is our first prediction segment. Will he say how will they make more games targeted towards females? Yes or no?
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough one, I think.
Yeah, well, because I didn't get a lot of inferences from the way he said the question. I'm gonna go with yes. I'm gonna go with yes, he will. That's all I'm willing to say on that.
Refuse to answer is probably a good guess too, Sergeant Joelberg. Let's see.
First of all, what I want to say is this.
Filibuster.
I feel that since the 1990s, the gaming industry has come a long, long way from being just a male-dominated industry.
Definitely.
And let me give you some perspective.
Please.
Back in the 1990s, what were the biggest games? Mortal Kombat, where all the girls had giant tits, where it was all about ripping arms and blood squirting everywhere. Duke
games
Nukem,
were
where an
cool.
entire game was
Yeah.
based off of this chauvinistic feeling, your tits, your ass, or your ass, your face, what's the difference? Big titties and
What?
nudity and shit like that. And that was popular.
Is that
Like,
what
that
Duke
was the
Nukem
biggest
was
shit
about?
of the
That was
time.
about shooting dudes.
Your tits and ass. And they said ass and face, I think. Wait.
Of this chauvinistic feeling, your tits, your ass, or your ass, your face, what's the difference? Big
Tits and ass and face. What's the difference? What? Ass and face? I never heard of that. I heard tits and ass, not ass and face.
this chauvinistic feeling, your tits, your ass, or your ass, your face, what's the difference? Big titties and nudity and shit like that. And that was popular. Like, that was the biggest shit of the time, was the very chauvinistic, male, testosterone-filled kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that stuff doesn't exist today. You still got your Call of Duty. You still got that kind of stuff that exists.
Yo, where's the titties in Call of Duty?
I know.
Real talk.
I know. I know there's mods, but I don't think it's in the base game. You know?
Grand Theft Auto, let's
I'm
be
gonna see
honest.
thick
A lot of stuff
operators. Let's go.
from Grand Theft Auto, very chauvinistic, very anti-female. All right? However,
Uh-oh.
we've come a long way.
Okay.
We've got games now that are coming out with strong female protagonists that don't need to have giant heaving tits and they're only there for sex appeal.
You ever heard of a little game called Metroid, Philip?
All right. You've got lots of games where you have the choice to either play as a male or female character at the beginning. Take a look at Saints Row. Take a look at a lot of the RPGs that have been coming out. And you've got, I think, Mass Effect, where you can actually be the female lead, and the female voice actor is a prominent woman who everyone knows, and she can actually be as well renowned and as recognized as the male version of Shepard. Okay? So in
She could be as well renowned. Very cool.
Well,
round. I don't know. This is weird. All right, Ice Age wants to chime in, and I agree, Ice Age. In case you need to know what virtue signaling actually is, here you go. Ice Age.
Yeah.
Yes.
that regard,
You're on it. You're on it.
we've made some progress. Now, unfortunately, there's still this male-dominated stereotype.
Oh.
So, for example, all right, sure, in Mass Effect you could be male or female, but why is it that every time that you get a box for Mass Effect, it shows the male Shepard and not the female Shepard? And
yeah,
lots
that's a
of
real,
things in
real
that regard.
thinker. Scratch your goatee for that one.
A lot of these games that have the female protagonist, they still end up having this kind of sexist kind of vibe to it in a lot of cases. Now, take a look at some games that have come out recently, or that are going to Beyond Two Souls. Looks like Ellen Page is going to be an insanely strong female lead character. She's tough, she's badass, but by the way, she's not
You're
a
allowed to
fucking
say that now?
sex pot
Yeah.
character. She seems to be a normal woman. Holy shit, a novel concept. There's a normal normal woman. Earlier this year, we had Tomb Raider, the reboot, where they rebooted it, where Lara Croft didn't have insanely huge fucking tits and ass hanging out. She was a normal kind of young woman who was a very strong
before they were
character.
just triangles. So
yeah, I know.
I wouldn't really be too like, I don't think they were gargantuan because they were supposed to be, but that's like the way the model worked out, you know?
They wanted her to have some boobs, and if you want to do that with those polygons, that's how they turned out, you know? But
yeah,
and they
okay.
DSP Flag It says Phil is all about the ass to mouth action and moves to ash action too. Very inclusive and a true ally. As you heard, Philip likes the face or ass. Doesn't matter. What was that again? Face and ass.
Your face or your ass, what's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference? I like it all.
In the right direction where people are creating more artistic games that appeal to a wider audience rather than only saying, well, you know, it's a male-dominated industry, so fuck it, just throw in some tits, throw in some fucking, you know, some sex, throw in some guns blazing, throw in ripping body parts, and that's what guys want. I think people are realizing that games can be considered more of a work of art now than ever before, and you can create these crazy artistic experiences out of an interactive medium like video games, and that's a great thing. I think we're headed in the right direction. I still think we've got a long way to go.
Oh, thank you, Philip.
But I think we are headed in the right direction.
Yeah, what if
overall.
the jiggle physics are art? You know, it's the same thing, you know?
What about the jizzle physics? I like those.
In that direction. And when you see stupid shit like, oh, look, this game is all about tits and ass, and, you know,
ass and face.
Time to call their bullshit bluff and say, why is it like this? You know what I mean? Why couldn't there be a strong female character in this game? Why can't we have more realistic women in our games instead of all this nonsense?
What happens when Philip sees girls in a game? This is what we get.
That's fucking dope.
Okay. We have a question. Anthony says, have you seen Magic Mush's new video covering scammers? DSP is in it too for the escort. They cover the escort?
I was sent this video. I can get you the link. It's 30 minutes long. He's in the last 10 minutes or so, and they talk about the escort because it's a video about failed scams on the internet.
Oh, and he's like a victim. Oh, he's gonna love
he's like a victim or something. I don't know if they actually portray him as a victim or I mean, because he kind of was.
He was the victim, but remember those agricultural websites saved his ass because he fought for that shit.
I don't know how far they go into that. So I didn't watch the video. I just seen it, saw where it was. I was like, okay, cool, and I moved on.
He should be kissing those ass because they saved his ass. He would have fell for that so hard. He would fall for every escort scam. You know that. Hey, Phil, I love your gameplay. He'd be like, oh, okay, yes. When he was single, he would love those emails. He would fall for those so hard. But.
And it's also time for us to stop it with this male-dominated kind of mentality when it comes to competitive video games. Why is it that when it comes to competitive FPS games, when it comes to competitive Street Fighter and fighting games, that there's this heavy male domination? It's like, oh, a girl wants to play, ha 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 ha, fuck her, and it's all about sexism. We had a reality show for fighting games. What was it? A year and a half?
Is that the case?
No.
What esports teams are doing that?
Yeah.
I guess it's 2013, but like what competitive like MLG was out there doing this? I didn't hear about this.
Thank you, Ka-Ching in the Ring, former Ka-Ching in the Ring, saying the Incel Manifesto exists. Yes, the Incel Manifesto was written at this point. Let's see, it was written in 2000. Hold on, I'll tell you. But yeah, anyways, this is very interesting how women can't be good at games now, according to Philip.
Ago, where one of the guys who was supposed to be the coaches was just bombarding the female contestant with negative sexist stuff. This shit needs to stop, all right? Women belong on this fucking planet just as much so as men. It's time for men to stop grandstanding and acting like they're better than everyone else because they're fucking not.
Women deserve to exist. Thank you, Philip.
And people need to realize that we are...
Thank you.
Guys,
this is funny.
Not being abused.
I was searching for the Incel Manifesto because I have it on the music video. I have the date, but then this is the first Google search result. It says DSP case study. Dobrenko, misogynist incels, November 2020. Yes, DSP case study. The DSP case study of incels and misogynist incels. DSP case study. It's not about
Would
him.
he rather that come up or a duty video is the real question.
Yeah, I don't know.
equals, and that we should be treated equally. When it comes to video games, when it comes to anything on this planet, women should be treated equally, and I think we are headed in that direction, at least when it comes to the games and the gaming industry developing games.
Woo.
Okay?
Yes, thank God.
Like,
All right. The next question is from Master of Awesomeness. And Master of Awesomeness asks, Phil, what are your thoughts on reviewers who use feminism and political correctness in their reviews?
Oh, yeah.
God damn it, man. I'm ready to get out of this topic.
Example, Carolyn Pettit of GameSpot gave Grand Theft Auto 5 a 9 out of 10, but specifically cited that she took a point off because the game is misogynistic. Wow, what two questions to ask back to back. So as I said, we are currently in a situation in the gaming industry where games are going in the right direction, but they haven't necessarily gotten to there yet.
Yeah, so the Incel Manifesto was written 10 years before this video was recorded. So this is 10 years removed from his Incel Manifesto for the timeline
Now
purposes.
we think girls should exist?
Yes.
The things that 10 years of Incel will do to you.
I will, just in case you didn't know, they are no longer a tease. They are no longer sluts. They are no longer too stupid to listen to advice they ask for, doing stupid things and then complaining to you because they totally went against what you told them. All that shit is gone. They deserve to exist. Also, they're not total sluts and so demanding that they expect you to read their mind just like you're some kind of psychic. They don't do that anymore. And his mom is definitely not one of them.
It kind of sounds like DSP invented the Sigma male as well. Is that another thing that we can attribute to the guy? Being a Sigma?
Maybe. Wesley H says, Phil really was the proto game journalist with how far his head is inside himself. Yes, Wesley, agree. And he tries to like pretend he has these large, these huge game world-changing takes, but they're just like so level one. It's incredible. Kevin says, this shtick is a guy trying to get laid. You think? I don't know. I think he's trying to be like above it all. Like, I'm not like most guys. I want women to exist, but I don't know. Stupid.
And we have a reviewer,
women existing.
Yes.
Female reviewer who played Grand Theft Auto 5, loved the game. She loved the game, the content, everything, but she thought that there was a lot of sexist, misogynist content in it, and she actually punished the game and took a whole point off of her review to do that. What do I think of that?
It's a subjective review, to be fair. Right?
I know. Who gives a shit? I hate how people get caught up in these fucking reviews. Nothing is more annoying. And when I see on Twitter, like, look at GameStop, trying to control the narrative again, or whatever, the fucking thing. Like, who cares about reviews?
Okay, but Fantano giving My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a light 6 is kind of a crime against humanity. Let's all be honest here.
Okay,
but aside
fair.
from that, I agree.
Okay.
Reviewer, she can do whatever she wants. All right. However, as I've said over the past 2 years, reviewers need to step up and start realizing that their reviews are read by a lot of fucking people, and that when you are in the mainstream, she's GameSpot, one of the 2 major gaming websites out there. If you're going to make a review like that, you have to make it clear that if you are docking the review a point for something like that, that's why you're doing it.
She did.
I think the way she approached it was correct.
Yeah, okay,
If it really bugged her so much that the game was so misogynistic and she had to have a negative for it, take the point off your review, but call it out. And she did. She did it the right way. She could have just said 9 out of 10 and not explained the reason why she took the point off, and that would have been completely irresponsible of her, all right?
Okay.
She did it the right way. Now, do I agree with her necessarily? Probably not. In my opinion, first of all, I have a completely different perspective than her. I'm not a female. So I don't know, playing the game as a male, I don't know if something might have been particularly offensive to females in the game. I can tell you this, where were the strong female characters in the game?
What game are we talking about?
I don't think...
So do you agree with her then or no, Philip?
There was one. At least in like Grand Theft Auto 4, you had Elizabetta, who was a supporting character.
We're talking about GTA 5?
I guess, yeah, GTA 5, I think, yeah. Elizabetta.
All right, I missed that. If he said the game name at all, I'd never heard it.
We had Elizabetta.
Like most of the people in that game, but she was a very strong female character in that game. In this game, like, who was there really? When you're thinking about the course of the game, I don't know, the assistant, Molly, I mean, and even then, she's gone after a few missions. Like, you have 3 characters. Why are they all male? Why can't you have a woman in there who's involved in this stuff? You know what I mean?
Well, now we're
Yeah,
gonna
so
get that in GTA 6, and if you've heard him talk about that, you know that he's not exactly happy that that's gonna be the case. So, I guess we flip flop. Crazy.
He's making. Here you go. Here's a game in this day and age. It's all about men. It's about sex. It's about guns. It's about this and that. Why is there nothing with a strong female character in it? Now, is the game worse? Is it, in a review setting, is the game worse because it didn't have positive reinforcement of females and a strong female character? Personally,
positive reinforcement for females? What's that mean? You did a good job. Here's a treat, females. What does that mean? What?
You gotta train him, ALT.
What the fuck?
Clearly, you're not on your grind set.
Oh my god!
Is it, in a review setting, is the game worse because it didn't have positive reinforcement of females and a strong female character? Personally, I don't think so. I don't think it makes it any worse. It just makes it different.
Big old
So it's
word
going to be to your personal taste. Carolyn
fuck?
had the right to dock the game a point as long as she called it out. She called it out correctly, so you can read her review with a grain of salt and say, maybe I don't feel that same way. All right.
Yeah,
so
that's what he meant, his
you're gonna add that
representation,
point back,
but-
and really the score's a 10. Okay.
He just says
So that's
words
the
that
way you
like
gotta
kind
read
of are
reviews. It
around
all
the
depends.
topic,
I think the people
but
who are
not
up in
the
arms
right
about that are
ones.
people who don't know how to judge fucking reviews properly.
Approximate knowledge of a lot of different words.
Yeah, if you get to like give me like synonyms for that word, that would be in the list, but not in the context he uses it for. That's what he does, kind
That's
of.
very.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, 9? That's wrong. No, you can't do that. You say 9. Now let me actually read the fucking review to understand why it was 9. And that's what people are so lazy. They don't want to read the fucking review, and that's why all this controversy happens.
Okay.
Wait, you're mad
please.
and they didn't read the review?
All right. Next question.
I don't
How are you mad
know.
about something you didn't even read?
I don't know. I'm done
Calm
with it.
before the storm. All right. Now, he asks, this is a good question because people have been actually bringing this up as a point.
Thank
okay?
God.
Oh yeah. Topical again.
Let's see here.
Come on.
Calm before the
Glad
storm.
nothing changes.
Here we go.
Nope.
Hey Phil.
Yes.
Did you know that in Dark Souls 2? Uh-oh.
Hey, I like this
Oh
game.
boy, Dark Souls 2.
Here we go.
A new gameplay change has been made where summoned phantoms have a limited amount of time to be in another player's world. Not only that, but every time a summoned phantom kills an enemy in that world, the timer is shortened.
Ooh.
My question is, with this change in mind, will you still be playing Dark Souls 2?
Yes.
And what are your thoughts on this change? I ask because in your Dark Souls playthrough, you had the help of your fans through most of the game, and now in Dark Souls 2, you can summon people you summon won't be able to stick around for very long or help much in killing enemies. I really want your opinion on this change. All right. First of all, what I have to say is, my Dark Souls playthrough was an anomaly because this was a game that had been out for years. I was famous, infamous, whatever you want to say, because I tried to play the game originally and I quit it because I thought it was too fucking difficult. All right.
Yeah.
If you remember when I was playing Dark Souls to begin with,
be built with
I didn't have people constantly invading me. I didn't have to fight invaders all the time. When I was playing the game when it was new, basically what people were doing was just exploring the game for themselves. Then later on, as people played the game for years, they got the best equipment, they got the trolling equipment so they could invade people's games and fuck with them.
Is there trolling equipment in that game?
There's builds that you can do that are like pretty powerful and you can dunk on people easily, but there's also like gimmick builds where you could just be a nuisance and continuously bother somebody so they can't progress. Like that is a feature, but I don't know if that's something he ever ran into.
Okay. Trolling equipment exists.
It's really when the game got out of control. Okay? So, when I play Dark Souls 2, obviously, I'm a target. Everyone knows it. Everyone's going to be like, I want to invade Phil. I want to kill him. All right? I'm going to take it this way. This is the way I'm going to approach it. I'm going to play the game as if it were a new game, and I'm going to play it, and if people invade, they invade. I'll try to fight them, whatever. If
DSP's wife's boyfriend, good screen name, that's Jenna right there. Great picture behind the chat there of Jenna.
it comes to the point where it's unbearable, where I can't even progress because I'm getting so many people invading me to the point where, like, it's just me fighting people all the time and people trolling me, there's this thing called the Ethernet cord that I will then disconnect from the fucking back of my system, and I will just play the game offline. And if I have to do it, I have to do it, all right?
So I've always wanted to know this. I never played that game. Is there a setting to turn that off, or you literally have to do that?
You literally have to do that.
Okay.
you can not be alive in some of the games, like the difference between the human and the dead form. But if you're not human form, you can't summon people, and you also typically have less health. So it's within your best interest to be in human form. But that means people are going to invade your game.
So, but you could do offline mode. Okay, so there is offline mode.
Yeah, if you unplug the Ethernet cord or you don't have a stable enough connection, it'll allow you to play offline. But that's not the way it was designed to be played. And this is him being a bitch baby because he doesn't like the mechanic.
ES says, "I want to invade Phil." Is a chill and positive clip. Yes, I want to invade Phil.
The thing is, people say, "Oh, Phil got carried through Dark Souls."
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you did. Yeah,
I 100% admit.
Correct.
People came, they dropped good loot, so I had good weapons, so that I could just jump back into the game.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I hadn't played the game for 2 years. I was in a position in the game where I would have had to replay the game like for 2-3 hours just to get my sword repaired and get back to where I was. All right. And it would, if I didn't have help, I would have never been able to play the game again without significant amounts of suffering and boring content of me just grinding to try to get back to where I was. I don't think anyone wanted to see that. I think that one of the biggest reasons why people jumped in and watched the playthrough was because they wanted to see me progress in the game and see the rest of the game. Okay?
How convenient.
So all that being said,
they didn't want to see you struggle. They just wanted to see progress, of course.
Very convenient.
Playing Dark Souls 2, I'll try to play it legit. I don't think invasions like
I'll try to play it legit, but
if I'm wrong and they do and they become a massive problem, I'll
try and play without cheats, you guys. But I don't know. Sometimes I need infinite health.
No promises.
Capability, and I'll do it if I have to do it. Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. Next question is from Lewis.
Oh, I have to play it.
Okay. Shout out Lewis. I don't know what this bit is, so we all eagerly wait.
I gotta find rage quit. Here we go. I believe this is it. I can't promise it, but I'm gonna try it anyway because I'm bored. Oh, there's the photoshopped. This is the photoshopped card that Philip said was photoshopped. This is that. So if you want to get a
totally legitimate business address on there, don't look into that. Yeah, like this is the extent of your trolling oftentimes.
I want the one where he pulls the cord out.
This is that one.
Okay, but it might take a while.
Short of it.
Yeah. If you have it,
all right.
Send me the link. I want to see that. He yoinks it out. That's the best. So you see, this is hardcore gamer mode.
Oh, gets all self back.
Fuck
this.
There we go.
Watch this.
Here we go. Yeah!
You want to fucking cheat, huh?
You want to fucking cheat, huh?
Cheat? Yeah, watch this.
Yeah! Got him!
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fucking cheat again, dick face. Fucking stupid cheaters, man. Fuck that now.
So you know this game. Was he cheating, or what was this gentleman's?
No.
Yeah, this gentleman was just playing.
This was an issue
right?
that was in Demon Souls, because all of the healing was through these items that he's using right now, and you could have a large amount of them, and they were allowed to use them in this boss fight after being summoned. So this guy's just better than DSP and has the items for it. And DSP's seething.
So not actually cheating, just,
No.
He's having some fun for sure, though.
Yeah, and he's flexing on him here and there, just rolling back and forth to be obnoxious.
I love it. Oh, it's a Japanese guy that was streaming at the time. Big ups, awesome. That's pretty cool. Nice. All right, that was it. I had to play that. I love that clip.
Hey, Phil.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this past weekend, one of my good friends who was 18 was killed in a fatal car accident.
Oh.
I was just wondering how you cope with someone that you know that's died, whether it be through old age or some kind of a shock
are we going to talk about it?
Event like this one.
It's a good thing he's talking to the king of
my friend Mike.
Uh-huh. Are we going to talk about a certain letter in the alphabet?
Your thoughts and prayers. Sincerely, Lewis. Lewis, first of all, obviously, I want to say I'm sorry for your loss. I can empathize because I've been there. When I was actually in high school, my very close friend T. Carter, who was kind of like my rival in Street Fighter, one of the local players.
Just want to be very sympathetic for people that lost the lives of their friends or anybody. But I will remind you, Philip heard about this from the internet. of Teeth's death. So he likes to say they were best friends and they were very close friends. He found out about Teeth's death from the internet, just as anyone else would be, lurking on the internet, finding something, and that's how he found out about it.
Players who always was like,
which is crazy considering he did it. Like when you take that into consideration, it's next level.
Yeah,
like it was me and him at the top duking it out, was murder. And I still, to this day, I still feel that loss. You know, it never really, if it's a good friend of yours or a family member, it's never going to go away. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to feel that absence of that person. And who knows, if my friend was still alive today, what difference my life would have taken with Street Fighter if I always had this high-level person to play against. I might have gotten better at Street Fighter. I might have been one of the top players
my life
permanently.
Have changed
I could have been
had
like,
he still been alive. Like, that's how selfish we are.
We're
not
kinda
what
like...
would he have gone to do, not memories would we have created together, but what could I have gone and done better because he was alive?
like a Justin Wong. But
this is what he took from me. Kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this is all the things he took from me. Look what he took from me.
You know, life does what it does, and it is what it is, and what happens, happens. What I can say is this. The way to approach it, yes, there's going to be sadness, and yes, it's perfectly okay to feel sad and to cry about it, all right? I mean, you got to get it out. However, what I want you to do is think about your friend and think about how would he have wanted you to live your life? Would he have wanted you to just be moping and crying about his loss? You know what I mean?
I like motivational side.
Good. This is the best.
Move ahead positively and do good
Feeling
things.
positive.
Obviously, your friend doesn't want you to just break down and fall apart because he's not there anymore.
So this is what you're here for right here on WPIG. So I will show you. This is from the I'm trying to get the screenshot right now. They're from the AOL news groups. Here is a post that many people, myself included, think. Here, I'll show you. This is how. Where is it? Fuck. I'll show you. This is how possibly Philip heard about T dying. So from here, this is. So Philip did this post. This is not the first post he's heard. This is what he did on the AOL news group. So just to let everybody know, last night Bridgeport police arrested T's murderers. Apparently taxi cab drivers saw the whole thing and followed them, copied their license plate number. They found the car and made the arrest. Thank you, God. Maybe now justice can be served. That was the second post. That's not the first one. Now what some people are saying is this could be when, let's see, where is it? When he could have found out about it, okay? So someone made a post here earlier about this, and this B52's fan says T. Carter was shot late Thursday night, random act of violence, okay? WhoaMoses, which is Philip's old name, says T was my friend too. In fact, we grew up together, we were rivals, now I'll never be the same. You can't have a camera without a view. Shit, why? Because our world's fucked up. Now we have to do our part to change that. So is that when he's first hearing about it? I don't know, but there we go. This was his response to that post. And this is from 1999.
I'm not familiar with how AOL worked. Is it out of place to be talking about Ken and Ryu in this area where this person was announced to be dead? That seems a little faux pas to me. I don't know if you're allowed to.
Okay, this was it. To be fair, it was a gaming news group, so it was like a gaming thing. So
okay, all right.
It was gaming, but there we
then.
go. There we go. But that's some old lore there for you from WPIG. There you go.
If he was there, he would want you to succeed.
Shout outs to David for finding that, though. So it's not me. It's not my find. That's all his news groups. I actually did a whole Density Scrolls on the news group stuff because there's some funny stuff in there, including Monkey Spank. That's where we got Monkey Spank from, is someone called Philip Monkey Spank on these same news groups. So there we go.
Succeed in life and do positive things, and obviously he still does. So the best way to approach it is you're going to be sad. You're always going to have this feeling of emptiness. But in my opinion, to push forward positively and to always keep in mind, always remember him, the memory of him, and maybe even do something in your life as like as a dedication to him. So, for example, my friend T, when he was lost, I really did kind of rededicate myself to Street Fighter, and that was when I started competitive Street Fighter in his memory. And I really would like to say that to this day, all the things that I ever did in competitive Street Fighter, the tournaments that I've won, was in his honor. And I always have.
That's Steve's
And so
fourth
for your
place win.
It's in his honor.
friend, maybe there's something that you might want to do in your life that's positive that you can dedicate to him, and that way you'll always have a reminder of him, and you won't forget him. Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
No, I'm not tearing up. How dare you say that? How dare you?
Okay.
I know you're saying that. How dare you? Got some serious questions this time.
Okay. Yeah.
It's perfectly okay for a grown man to tear up when it's a serious question. All right.
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the
All
one
right,
making a
up
big deal
next.
about this.
Yeah.
You
From
left
Destiny
it in, bozo.
ZX1, who I believe also goes as MG Mega Man or something like that on YouTube. He says, this is actually one of the hardest questions I've ever done. Oh, God, I'm going to cry again.
Oh, God.
All right, let's...
Big ups Ice Age says Buckshot Milkshake. Punish Lasagna says he saw T as nothing more than a training dummy in Street Fighter. What a psycho. Well, who knows?
The way he talks about him, that's for sure.
People deal with loss in different ways, but it is very unique, let's say, to bring up the things that he lost because someone died in his life. Like that's usually is not the first thing you bring
wild,
up.
dude.
But all right,
That's wild.
Let's do it. But I want your thoughts on it.
Okay.
I don't know if you covered anything about bullying. But I wish to ask you about it. What are your thoughts on other YouTubers?
BLT, you got a
whose
hard
ignorance-
stance on bullying. Are you for or against?
I'm against bullying of all kinds, of course. Cyberbullying, though, that famous meme is like, it's just the internet.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Talking about Tyler created one. Just turn close the laptop.
yeah,
or whatever.
just close the laptop, brother.
ignorance and stupidity allow their fans or either themselves to attack others for the sake of proving their superiority. Also, I ask this: would you condone your fans if they ever bully someone because of anything? I need to know because I've been bullied myself by some well-known people. I hope to hear from you.
Yeah, just that's it. Dude's got it. Just
well-known people.
just close your eyes, man. Yeah, that's it. Cyberbullying. Just close your eyes.
You take the time to answer. I want to hear what you think on the matter. Okay.
This is a great question because I can be the victim.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah.
First thing that I want to say is actually answer the second question first because I think there is a misconception.
Okay.
And I think there has always been a misconception about me and the things that I say and the reason that I say it. When I speak out against something, whether it's a person, whether it's a review, whether it's an act that's going through Congress, whether it's anything that I say, listen, I got to alert you guys to something negative, and I hate doing that, but I have to every once in a while.
I hate doing that. I love doing that.
I hate alerting
The reason
you.
I do
But I gotta do it all the time.
I love doing that.
it is for informational purposes.
Okay.
So that you don't make a mistake or judge what's going on or that something real negative happens that will negatively affect everyone. I'm trying to inform you of what my perception is of the truth. Okay? So, if I say I don't like this particular reviewer, I'm telling you that because I want you to understand that when he reviews things, he may be doing a poor job and you don't want to judge entire games based off of his reviews. That's the reason I'm doing it. I'm not doing it so that you'll now take that and you form a mob with your pitchforks and torches like you're going after the Frankenstein's monster and you head over to this guy and you harass him on Twitter and you harass his email and you harass his reviews and you harass.
Is this something they're already
That's not
doing?
why I do it. And unfortunately, I do know that when I do speak of things in a negative like that happens.
Okay.
All right? I'm going to be
The hate
honest.
army was mobilizing.
Remember, what was it, 2 months ago at this point? I don't even know because I haven't been focusing on it. I made a video specifically addressing the negativity about me on the internet, and I called out a particular person in that video, and I had to. I didn't want to. I ignored the subject.
Tobuscus? I wonder what we're talking about here.
But because this particular person had said things about me that were untrue, people had used this as their this is their credence for starting this anti-DSP campaign. Well, I'm going to be honest. There are people out there who watched my video and they said that's a horrible thing to do to DSP, and they said, well,
oh no, this is 2013. He's talking about Evil AJ. Yep. Evil AJ is definitely it. Yeah.
Okay, now I know the whole situation. Then there were other people who did it completely the wrong way and said, what? Well, fuck that guy. Let's get him. And they went to Twitter and they attacked him. And they went to Twitch TV and they attacked him. And they went on his Facebook and they attacked him.
But that's the mentality he bred, though.
Yeah.
You watch a guy who attacks people all day long, every day when he talks about them. Like, that's your mentality towards people that they don't like if you're really that dented. Like, that's exactly what you get.
That's not right. All right? It's not. Okay? And so I think that when you get to have a following anywhere, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Twitter, whenever you have this social media and you realize that there are people who support you and they're going to be angry when they find out that people are attacking you, you have to do it responsibly. And I admit I should have in that video specifically said, I don't want you to go do these negative things to anyone that I'm talking about, because that's not right. Because
more recently, remember his video about Super Crazy? Like, people are going to be on my side. By the way,
they're going to donate to me in my legal fund. God, that was terrible.
You don't think Mudahar, who I just had a great email conversation with, is going to to be on my side? Like, right.
Star, the guy I had on my show, you think he's going to turn on me?
Mickey Thor says, "Oh, Connecticut Phil, soon bullying somehow makes you stop paying taxes." Oh, you got the Razzers. Hell yeah, it's best friends. Mickey Thor.
To bully the bullies, you're basically being the same as them.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't make you any better to bully the bullies.
Don't bully the bully.
So, no, I do not condone whatsoever anyone whatsoever who watches anything that I say and then they use that as the fuel for them to go do negative, nasty shit, attacks, threats. That's fucking wrong. I'll tell you right now, if you did it, stop. I don't condone it, and I'm actually angry at you if you did it, because that's not fucking right, and you should know
I'm
better.
mad at you.
All right?
Deal with it.
I'm pissed.
The other half of it, him saying, you know,
do you
what are
condone
my
it,
thoughts
though?
on YouTubers who use ignorance and stupidity and they allow themselves or their fans to attack other people? There are people who have followings like me, and they say, go fucking destroy this person, all right? That's not right.
When did Philip say, you have my permission to fuck with that person? Philip said those exact words. I can't remember the context enough to search for it, though.
No,
I know
you know what?
You're
right. Yeah. He did fucking say that, didn't he?
He said those exact words. I give you permission.
Yeah, explicitly.
What game were they playing, guys, so I can search for it? I want to search for it. But I know it was something like that. Like, PlayStation something. Yeah, I give you permission. Oh, was that Tevin? Oh, God. Well, was it about Tevin? Anyways. Oh, some guy in Mortal Kombat brought up Panda Lee. I'll search for it as we listen.
Just not, it's bullying is what it is.
Mortal Kombat, gotcha.
It's like this. You have to really think of bullies as what they are, all right? A bully is someone who more than likely in life has not had a lot of power or has been bullied themselves, okay? To the point where they feel like they have no power. They're powerless. Imagine if you every day woke up and you felt like you had no friends, no power, nothing. You were just insignificant.
Okay, what do we do?
And you felt like this for an extended period of time, all right? And maybe it's their parents. Maybe their parents bully them or treat them badly. Maybe they've been bullied by a sibling. Maybe they've been bullied by someone else. And so for them, what they're now going to do is to try to feel better about themselves. They're going to try to belittle others who they feel are below them, or find someone that they can bully. It's literally a pyramid of bullying. It's the top bully, then the guy under him, the guy under him, the guy under him, the guy under him. Okay? And this is what creates bullies. It used to be that bullying was all about physicality, you know? So you would go to school and there would be this guy, he's 7 feet tall, and he would bully everyone because he was the big muscular.
This is a muscular man.
Cool.
I like physicality being two fists, like just
he's 7
weirdly
feet tall,
cranked at each
and he would
other.
bully everyone because he was the big muscular dude, and no one could do anything about it. But then you come to find out when he goes home, his mother beats him. All right? And that's why he's like he is, because he needs to try to feel like he has some kind of worth and power, so he needs to bully other people. Because he doesn't get that at home. At home, he's bullied, okay?
Okay.
It's changed now, because now it's not about physicality anymore.
The entire meta of bullying has changed now, so get ready for this.
Yeah,
this
they
is the
changed
new meta.
the game. It was in the patch notes.
Yeah, there we go.
Internet, we all have social media presences. We all have a Twitter, a Facebook, a YouTube, a Twitch channel, and we have a public presence. And what people are now finding, oh my God, it's so easy to bully people, because look at this, I can just leave a hateful comment on a video, and guess what, there's no retribution. Unlike in real life, if a bully tries to bully you and they're smaller than you, what do? You punch them in the fucking face, and then they don't bully you anymore because they were smaller than you. But now what's happening is all these people realize there's no repercussions. It's fucking, it's freedom to do whatever the fuck you want on the internet. And I'll be honest, there are things on Twitch, on YouTube, you can flag
for the
comments,
record, Atlas is pro-bullying. Always have been, always will be. It's a hard stance I take.
Interesting campaign
bully
message.
more people, please. They
Atlas.
need it desperately. If you've seen them out there, you know they need it.
They don't work, all right? They don't. They don't fucking work because you've got so many people using these things, and these companies like YouTube, like Twitch, they weren't equipped for these things to blow up as huge as they were. They don't have a dedicated staff that just sits there and reviews people who are bullying other people. So even though they claim that they have methods to stop it, they don't. It's really the wild west of the internet and social media.
He's talking about YouTube comments, by the way, just to be clear. He's talking about YouTube comments
right now. People
YouTube comments in 2013, the Wild West. Give me a fucking break, dude. Come
Which you can just, you see a comment you don't like, delete it. But nope, it's bullying.
To harass the fuck out of anyone they want with zero repercussion. So
just
it's easier to bully someone than ever before. So just think about it. Wow, I can go harass the fuck out of this guy. He has no recourse. He has no way to defend himself. He has no way to retaliate. He has no help and no hope. And this is what it is right now. These people who probably in real life, they get bullied. They go to school and they're getting bullied by the physical bullies. Their
Philip admitted he was bullied in school, by the way, so that's where we're getting this talk.
Parents are being dicks to them or whatever. Oh, well, I got to feel like I have power somewhere. Take to the fucking internets and go bully someone on Twitch, on Twitter, on the nasty shit that I've seen thrown my way. My poor girlfriend, Pandali, the shit she's seen thrown at her.
Yeah.
Death threats, oh, I'm going to rape you.
You brought her into this mess, stupid. What?
Yeah.
Kind of shit that these kids, these are kids, too. This is the thing. This isn't like, this is a 30-year-old guy. These are kids.
How do you have any idea about their age?
Who don't know better because this is their outlet. This is the way that they're going to get attention and get a rise is by saying this disgusting filth to people on social media. And it's a huge dilemma. Cyberbullying is a huge dilemma right now.
It's a huge dilemma. What are we going to do, you guys?
Was it cyberbullying when you insinuated that iJustine would get gang raped by everyone in EA executives? I'm not sure about that. Was that also cyberbullying, Philip? Or
kill themselves over it? Why? Because
I believe you also said you asked for detractors to kill themselves, and no would know. Okay,
like school, where you can go to the principal.
Oh, that was a
and say, this kid punched me 4 times. If he punches me again, I'm going to the cops. And the principal then suspends the bully. Well, there's no recourse because unlike school, where you can go to the principal and say, this kid punched me 4 times. If he punches me again, I'm going to the cops. And the principal then suspends the bully. Well, there's no recourse on the internet. Who's the principal of the internet that you can go to stop the bullying? There is none.
The delete button.
So there's kids who are just being pummeled and destroyed and attacked on a daily basis, and they have no one to fucking go to.
On the internet,
it's
bro.
disgusting and it's disturbing.
Take a sip.
It's not real life, man.
You know,
it's
thank
not.
goodness, I'm a 31-year-old male. And I've been through the ringer. I was bullied physically when I was in high school. I was bullied in the Street Fighter community. I've been around the block. So in my head, I
bullied everywhere I went. Wonder why?
Everywhere I've been bullied.
But imagine if I was like a teenager.
It just goes to show you some people are on this planet to get bullied, man.
Yeah.
If this is his whole thing, his whole life, it's his calling.
This amount of negativity that I have thrown at me now, what would that do to your psyche? You know what I mean? Why do you think you have record numbers of kids who are on drugs and they're being medicated by their doctors for antidepressants and shit? This is why. It's because of the internet. Because social media is a Wild West right now.
Wild West. Dude.
So you might think
if they're doing drugs because you called them a nerd online.
That bullying is it's just some people just trying to be nasty and dicks. Really, it's not. It's mental illness. It's this cascading pyramid of mental illness that's going to happen. Because really, it's not. It's mental illness. It's this cascading pyramid.
That's a cascading pyramid. This is the hand graph. That's a Oh, because he is kind of making a pyramid. See, with his hand, it's like a triangle, and it's cascading down. Okay.
I guess if you're using the frames of the camera as the other sides, but I think you're giving him a little credit here, a little too much of it, actually.
I have no idea what's going on.
That's going to happen because bullying.
He said, tricorder transmissions. Oh, yes. He's definitely said that. I can get the thing for you. I can get the, he said it he was doing a watch along of an E3, E3 2017 E3 or something, and in his own Twitch chat, because he wasn't streaming, he was just like streaming it and you could like be in chat. He said the only reason she was hired by EA was she was getting gangbanged by the staff, and there is the link to the video if you want to watch the entire thing. He definitely said that. And many years later, a LARPer would ask him about it, and then he would apologize. Like, we're talking 5 years later. So, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I want to apologize. 5 years later. It means a lot.
Has gone from the physical world to the cyber world, and it's so easy to do with no protection, with no recourse.
Cyberworld.
And
Yes.
I love
it's a
Cyberworld.
problem.
That's where I
What
want
I
to
can
stay
tell you
at.
is this. I can tell you how I approach it. It's because I actually had a conversation with Panda Lee last night about.
Let's see. So, let's see. I saw it. Yeah, Rita Ryan. That is definitely true. But Philip is now talking literally about YouTube comments, which, I mean, cyberbullying can get. There is levels of cyberbullying where it's serious, very bad. He's talking about his YouTube comment section right now, which is a different deal altogether.
About this because she's been encountering lots of it.
I like that
and I
he's
told
going to
her,
give
"This is
people advice on bullying and mean comments. Like the last guy I'm taking advice from on this topic is him, especially if he's talking to his adult girlfriend about it while like having personal time. That's weird.
how you really got to approach it." So I signed on Twitter today, and I got a bunch of interesting tweets, fun stuff. And you got the one asshole, "Oh, you're a fat fuck. Why don't you die? Stop making videos." And the first thing I think to myself when I look at that is I say, so let me get this straight. This person took time out of their day to tweet me this nasty message, okay? Really, this person thought that this was like a valid use of their time. Well, first of all, they've wasted their time. They don't realize apparently they're going to die one day and they have limited amount of time to be on this earth. And focusing on negativity is a waste of time.
Okay, how many tweets do I have to bring up of Philip doing this? Spending 20 tweets a day, responding to people, saying to them, okay, this is what makes this bad. Like Rito Ryan, I hear you, brother. I think bullying is bad. Unlike Atlas, I'm not a bullier, right? But Philip, someone who would absolutely bully the shit out of people on Twitter, can't be saying this. You can't have it both ways, right? That's the thing that makes this funny for me.
Life. That's number one. Number two, they were in a position where that made them feel better to send me this tweet. What kind of a low-down person, how low must they be that to send me a tweet like that made them feel better about themselves? And then I laugh, and I say, at least with all the negative stuff that may be going on, I have a roof over my head. I have, I'm able to make a living doing what I'm doing. I have thousands of people who tell me on a daily basis how much I entertain them and make them feel positive and
you're
happy.
so loved.
So it seems. So it should be pretty easy to ignore the negative comments, then, huh, Philip? It should be pretty easy to ignore the negative comments when you're getting thousands of positive ones.
Good enough for me. This one asshole may try to bring me down. If he thinks that's going to bring me down, he's out of his mind. And I laugh and I say, I'm in a better position than him, and I'm grateful for it.
If only that was the case, and we don't have hundreds of examples of him writing books back to those people that have negative things to say. And I'm not even talking about bullying. I'm talking about, I don't like this video because this. That would get the paragraphs and paragraphs of you just a fucking hater and shit. It's something.
Well, that goes directly against the, because he always acts like when people insult him, it takes, a significant amount of time. Oh, you would take the time to insult me, and it's usually like, DSP, you suck. And then, he'll send an entire paragraph. Who is spending more time here?
Ikiro says he's never been bullied. He was always chat shit, get hit. There we go. Big up.
And then I block the fucker, and the comment goes away, and I move on with my day.
No, after responding to them, yes.
And that's really how you have to do it. You have to brush it off and say, it's nothing. It really is mental illness at its core, is what it is, based off of probably that person being attacked and or bullied, and them thinking that it makes them feel better to say this nasty, nasty thing.
Yes.
All right? And by the way, that was a tame one. I mean, there's been disgusting, filthy people telling me I'm cancer, people telling me to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, there are days when maybe I feel like I'm being bullied. Like, people always bring up that comment from that Kane Bringing the Pain brought up from like January of this year, all right, where he commented something really, really negative on one of my videos, saying I was a sellout or whatever, and I responded and I said, "You're a pro troll. Go die in a fire."
Yeah.
Now,
so
obviously, I don't want.
Philip.
I don't pay him any mind. I don't care.
Is he gonna say here that wasn't my true feelings?
And I responded and I said, "You're a pro troll. Go die in a fire."
Okay.
Now, obviously, I don't want him to die in a fire.
So that was what, a little light razzing?
That was a moment of weakness where I was
became the bully. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Being bullied. I was being bullied by him. He was calling me, accusing me, calling me something negative.
Okay.
I let it get to me.
Gotcha.
And look, then all of a sudden I become the bully. So this is the circle of bullying. How it works. He bullied me, so I bully him back.
Yes, Maker Phillips said certain developers should die. Yes, they need to kill themselves, is what he said, because they are bad developers.
And no one wins. What's the point of it all? What I should have done was just either ignored it or deleted the comment and moved on. That's the way to handle this kind of stuff. Okay?
Yes.
So I'm trying to give you guys advice, because now I'm probably the person in that situation on a daily basis. If you're being bullied, yeah, it's going to happen. You know, with YouTube, with Twitter, there's no way to defend against it, because these fucking websites blew up and they don't have staff or anything in place to protect you. It's not like real life where someone physical can walk up to the bully and say, "You're going to jail, motherfucker, because you struck that boy." You can't do that on the internet right now, okay? So my recommendation
he
is
wants
this.
literal, like, internet police is what he's looking for in this case. I thought it was going to be, you know, in real life where you could stand up for yourself physically if need be, and that would make them. He literally wants internet police to take you to jail for YouTube comments.
Ignore it if you can.
Ignore it?
Yes.
Think about it intelligently. If you get nasty shit, think about the kind of person who would do it.
Tell them to die in a fire.
Right? And then laugh about it, get rid of it, move on.
Oh, okay.
Don't focus on it. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it nag you in the back of your head that there's all these people that want to hurt you or hate you.
Philip, he's talking to himself, but he's never taken any point of this advice. No item of this list has he ever done, ever.
It's nonsense. It's just this circle of basically mental illness that is going on the internet right now, and there's no way to defend against it. Hopefully in 20, 30 years, these websites will finally get lawsuits against them and say, your website allowed 5,000 people to bully this poor kid and he killed himself. It's your fault because your website has no safeguards against it. And they sue the fuck out of the websites till the websites say, okay, oh shit, it's not the Wild West anymore. We actually have to protect our users, and they'll find a way to institute kind of protections for this kind of stuff. But right now, you can't, and you got to put up with it, and I apologize, obviously, for that, because it is messed up the way it is right now. Wow, this Ask the King is some heavy shit, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's been some interesting, heavy-ass questions, and I'm
this
actually
is the kind of
good,
vibe you want to give your
getting
audience.
to talk about this stuff and getting it out there for the first time. So,
all right, we're finally done with part 2.
I think it's time for a break. It absolutely is. So I'm going to take a short break.
Easy, ALT. We killed it.
And then we're going to come back. We're going to answer way more questions. And keep in mind, we still got the live Q&A chat raffle going. So feel free to keep submitting your questions into that. And that's going to be the final part. So thanks, everyone. I'll be right back after a short break. If you're watching this on Twitch, just hang around. I'll be back in a few minutes. If you're watching this on YouTube, go right ahead to the next part of Ask the King, episode 37. Thanks, and I'll see you in a few short minutes.
Right.
Speed running to the next. Oh, our topics include Halloween, hipsters, artsy games, and girl gamers. Again.
Oh.
That's our topics.
Done with that one.
Get ready. Halloween. What?
Okay, everybody, welcome. Part 3.
What a fucking weirdo, dude.
Okay, everybody, welcome.
Was that like supposed to be funny or not? I can't even tell. Was that a joke? What is this?
Okay, everybody, welcome. Part 3 of Ask the King, episode 37. Wow, this one's
ironically, I think that's one of his best jokes he's ever told. He didn't start fake laughing. He actually sold it like a weirdo.
One of his best planned jokes ever.
And I do apologize to anyone who may be like shaken because the questions have been so serious. I didn't even expect that it was going to be like this. And now I'm reading the questions and I'm answering them and I'm like, Jesus, like, this is pretty serious of an episode. Hopefully it lightens up a little bit. Let's take a look here. All right, so next question.
Please.
This one's from Potter10, and Potter10 asks, "Hey Phil, what happened to putting mission names or whatever you're doing in the video like you did for Nino Cooney?"
That got a little too much work, all right? I'd rather just put the part, okay? Because this is back in the day when he would put the title of the video would literally be Dark Souls 2 Part 47, and that would be the title of the video. That's all we did.
Easier that way. You don't have to come up with like any new titles. It's actually a much faster process.
Yes. So let's hear how he tries to justify just doing that instead of talking about the content.
Grand Theft Auto 4 and the Ballad of Gay Tony. What he's talking about, if you don't know, earlier this year I instituted some changes. In particular for my retro replay games, which I haven't done one in a ton of time anyway, I said that what I would do is I would use custom thumbnails and I would be custom naming every video to tell you what's in the video. So it would be like, for example, for Grand Theft Auto, it would say
he just made the change.
Part 20, and then the name of the mission, and then what part it was of that mission. Okay.
God,
Unfortunately, it was a failed experiment.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is that I got more complaints than people who liked it, because they were saying, basically, when you do that, you spoil the game. So, for example, at the end of DMC, which was the Devil May Cry reboot earlier this year that everyone hated, apparently, the final boss fight is a surprise. All right, you might not have expected that this would have been the final boss, and I named it, final boss, and the name of the boss. People flipped. They were like, "No! Now you've spoiled the whole video by just reading the description of it." I was like, "Oh no!"
Okay, what game are we talking about right now?
DMC, Devil May Cry, the reboot.
Okay, I want to see it. Okay.
Now you've spoiled the whole video by just reading the description of it. I was like, "Oh no!" And there were other games too where it was a boss fight, and I would name the boss, and people were flipping out. So then people were suggesting just say boss.
Why don't you just put final boss?
Yeah. If you're searching for it, you can't find the boss you want, so that doesn't help you. So, unfortunately, after a couple months of trying that, it was an interesting experiment. I did away with it because I got more complaints than people who actually like it.
So, Devil May Cry 2000. Okay, here it is. So, he entitled this video Final Boss. That's it. Final Part 57, Mission 20, Part 1, Final Boss. That's what the title was in this. And I'll check the comments for anything
so if you're
interesting.
that concerned about spoilers, that's a complaint you legitimately got. Why don't you just put final boss for the first, 2 or 3 months and then change it afterwards, if it really means that fucking much to you? But if not, then just leave it like that. It's not that big a deal. Why are we even talking about it?
Liked it. And the same thing with thumbnails. What a lot of people were saying was they didn't like the custom thumbnails. They thought that it made it look too generic. A lot of people liked actually looking at the thumbnail that YouTube pulls up, because it gives you a mini preview of what you're going to see in the video without necessarily spoiling what.
Right. Definitely. People actually hate the real custom thumbnails. They want to see the bullshit that YouTube chooses, because that's definitely something someone said. Absolutely true. Okay, anyway.
Sometimes I let the videos render out just to see what YouTube does pick, and it's always awful. It's the worst frames in existence. I don't know how they always pick the worst ones, but they do.
Spoiling what you're seeing. And in addition, YouTube fucked up earlier this year, and for several weeks I couldn't even attach custom thumbnails to videos that I was uploading. What I was forced to do was upload them later, after the video was already live on YouTube, and it was taking YouTube upwards of a day to even update the thumbnail. So most people who were watching the video when it was new already saw the video before the thumbnail even attached to it. So at that point I said it's not worth it for that either. Now I don't even know if the custom thumbnail thing is working properly right now, because the only videos I ever really use it on are my vlogs. So I apologize for those of you who liked those changes. I tried it. It was something new, and it didn't turn out well. Overwhelmingly, people were telling me, dude, don't do it. Go back to the old way, so I did.
Right, and also that's less work. Absolutely. ES says, custom equals generic. Make it make sense. Absolutely. Please make it make sense. Please. Oh, I think I have that. Wait, I have that clip. I just did it today. Where is it? Here we go. I hope this is it. Yeah, I do. Here. Check this. It's worth it.
Okay, we're waiting.
Go.
Make it make sense.
Oh, you couldn't hear it.
Very topical, very on brand. It's good.
Wait, there we go. Here. Go again. Say it again, Craig. Say it again, Craig.
Make it make sense.
Thank you, Craig. Okay.
Okay. The next question,
please,
is from Rexoy619, and Rexoy asks, excuse me. Hold on one moment. Rexoy asks, hey Phil, I'm a big fan of yours. My question is, who is the biggest pervert in the WWE? Okay.
Any guesses?
Legitimately, I would imagine Vince McMahon, but I don't know.
I would say I don't know enough about this, but I guess he might say Hulk Hogan is, right? But was he known for that at this time?
I think he was at this time, but that's all. I think Hulk Hogan is a safe guess.
Okay.
He does have a lot of escapades.
So spanning the years the years of WWE that I've watched, we're talking from the 1980s into the 1990s, into the Attitude Era, into the 2000s, you may think that maybe it would be
definitely yes.
Gold Dust, because he's always doing sexual things and
Reggie,
trying to kiss dudes
Jay in
and
the
doing
house.
all kinds of shit. And he had a girlfriend who had a cigar, which obviously is a sexual innuendo. Maybe you think it's
Is it?
Yes, is it? Never put those two things together.
That's a sexual innuendo.
Val Venus, who obviously rhymes with penis, and that was his gimmick. That he was supposed to have a big cock, a former porn star. He would dance around like this with a towel and reveal his crotch. Maybe
That's his character. Are we talking about characters? Oh, I think
he's saying like you would think I would say these characters because that's their gimmick,
okay.
but actually,
okay. Yeah, it's like just the character.
maybe you think it would be, I don't know, Triple H, who had a whole program where he tried to say that Kane had sex with a dead woman named Katie Vick. Maybe you would think it's Triple H and Shawn Michaels for doing all the
Storylines were wild back in the day.
You were allowed to say anything on WWE.
He had sex with dead people. Holy shit. That sounds pretty hype.
DX crotch chops and shit like
There's not
that.
enough shows today that are accusing people of necrophilia, I think.
Yeah.
The person who is the biggest pervert in the WWE is Vince McMahon, because he wrote all of those fucking segments. He's the
Atlas got it right on it.
one who either had a hand in all of them or he approved them to go on TV. So all the ridiculous perverted shit that you've seen on WWE TV over the decades, you have to keep in mind who was the head honcho, who was the end-all be-all and the last say before that stuff got aired. Vince was. So Vince is actually a pretty disgusting person when you think about it, with all the shit that they've done.
Phil's on it. Prognosticator.
No, in
Prognosticator
2013,
side
he
Phil.
knew. He knew.
Look at this guy. Aloha Snack Bar. Big ups. Legend. Donation to keep the Pignosis vaccine. R&D rolling. Yeah, that's what this is. The Pignosis vaccine. We need to get that going.
Desperately.
Big ups, Aloha Snack Bar. And you got the Mew Iruma, who was a very fun character that Philip definitely enjoyed in his gaming.
Alrighty then. Up next, we got a question from Commander Ike. And Commander Ike asks, hey Phil, since Halloween is coming up at the end of October, what are your favorite Halloween memories? Also, did you ever dress up as a video game character when you were young? If yes, what characters did you dress up as? No, when I was young,
I'll get the
video
picture.
games weren't like as big as they are now. You know what I mean? It wasn't like video games.
What
it was
did he
all
go
about
as when he
action
was a kid?
figures
Do we
and
have pictures of
cartoons
that?
back then.
Not
so when I was a kid, I used
but-
to dress up like Skeletor, or I would dress
shut
up
up,
as
Skeletor.
one year I was Hordak, who was also one of the villains for He-Man.
Hordak.
What a
I'm
classic
trying to remember
image
some
of the
of the other
guy.
ones that I dressed up as. I don't think I was. I might have been a Ninja Turtle one year, like
Oh,
Michelangelo,
God.
because he was my favorite. The one that sticks out for me the biggest, by far.
Linda, just letting you know, $100 for any of those. 100. I got 100.
100 per. I'll match. It's fine.
100 per, Linda. Let's let us know.
Was Wolverine. Okay, I went and I bought, the Wolverine suit, the plastic suit that the kids wear, and the mask. But I made my own claws out of
I remember
cardboard and
this.
tinfoil.
Yeah.
And the kids were so jealous that I had actually had these. It was almost like, damn, I wish I would have done it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember, like, if it was because I was artistic. I remember I did it all. I had cardboard. My parents and I went out. We bought cardboard. We cut the cardboard into these things. I actually built this claw mechanism that would have these big claws sticking out that were made of tinfoil.
This is
Obviously,
so
it was
wild.
dangerous, but I was a very responsible kid. It wasn't like I would run
I
around
love the
beating
claw
people.
story.
And so, remember, you're going to hear it, but he's going to say that people were so impressed. Like, they were laughing at him.
With them. But I went to this Halloween party with them, and oh my God, everyone was like, that's the best costume we've ever seen. He actually has freaking metal claws for Wolverine. And that's pretty much about it. Halloween was never a big thing. I did, for a few years, go trick-or-treating around my local area. Some years I actually went to my great aunt's house and trick-or-treated around there. But I only did it probably maybe 4 or 5 times.
That the
Unfortunately,
gal
my
aunt?
area
Is that
was
the
never a
same
good
one?
area to do it. And then unfortunately,
I'm not sure.
it became a bad area later on. That was actually very dangerous to do that kind of stuff in.
Uh-oh.
A bad
And,
element. Neighborhood.
Halloween I like.
Did you start to talk about a certain group of people, or me?
Criminals.
It's a cool
Oh, okay.
spooky time of year. As you know,
Standard
if I can
style.
do Halloween specials and stuff, I like to celebrate Halloween. But it's not a big thing for me where, like, when I was a kid, I loved going around getting the candy and stuff like that. I don't know, it just never really was.
Moving around and
next
working
question,
for the candy wasn't his forte.
Spearpoint666, and he asks, Phil, why
him.
have you not done any hateful truths lately? He's got a point. It's a shame because games like Brothers Tale of Two Sons could have used some more recognition. I was really looking forward to a review of Saints Row 4. I know time is a problem.
Too much
but why
work.
not take the time to film the reviews in place of a stream for one day, or at least a part of the streaming time?
DSP flag it. Phil has an eagle eye for spotting pervs hiding in plain sight, unless they are part of his community. Yeah, that's
obviously.
He has a problem with. He knew Vince was up to something, but he didn't know anything about Derek. Definitely.
All right.
On the Mr. Wizard thing too, but Derek right under his nose the whole time.
Here's what happened with the hateful truths this year.
Yeah, what happened?
And I hate the fact that there are certain people who've been spreading massive misinformation about this on my videos.
Definitely propaganda.
In particular, on my vlogs. On my vlog videos, people have leaving comments. Phil's not doing the hateful truth anymore. He quit it completely. He's never going to do it again. He said
it's a
he quit
YouTube
it
comment.
It wasn't getting views. Like, what? What
It's a
on earth
YouTube
are you
comment.
talking about? When did I ever say I'm
Just
never reviewing a game
relax,
again?
dude.
because I'm
Release
not
your
getting
shit.
any
Who
views?
cares?
What?
It's a YouTube comment, brother. People say a lot of
This is
shit
what
on
I
there.
mean.
Okay.
When people take shit out of context and they turn it into something negative that's a slander against me. Earlier this
How
year.
is that a slander?
It's a YouTube. It's
They
a
said,
comment.
they said DSP's not doing this series anymore. So what do? You would just continue to do that series and shut up. Who gives a
know.
fuck what that guy has to say? That's so
Turn to
dumb.
the
Yeah.
original style of the hateful truth, where I was adding in the video footage of the games and everything into it.
Another thing that turned out to be too much work.
It was taking so goddamn long to do it because my
There you
PC
go.
unfortunately was crashing like crazy, and then come to find out it wasn't my PC. It's actually this editing software that I use is shit. All right, it really is.
All right.
And so it's even hard for me to do things like the year-end series. And I just, with the amount of work that I put in, I don't have time to learn new editing software.
Right.
So I was trying to do a couple reviews earlier
putting in
this
too
year.
much work to learn.
I added in all the
Sounds right
video
to me.
footage like I used to have. Overwhelmingly positive feedback, and the views were low. I'll be honest, the views were low.
So that person that commented that said you were getting low views was correct. Just want to be clear about that. Okay, let's see.
Another detractor
And I said, I
W
can't-
this
I
soon?
can't-
Let's
can't
see.
put in 4 to 5 hours of work to do a fucking review with all this video footage in it if no one's really going to additionally watch it. You know, if you're going to spend extra time, then I need to have something for it. And I was getting nothing for it. People were appreciating that the video looked better, but I wasn't getting any additional viewers. It wasn't like people who had not watched my reviews for a while were coming back because I re-added the video footage.
Okay.
So I announced at that time,
This is like
listen, I'm not doing
This was like one-time experiment. You didn't continue to do it to see if maybe after people realized after a couple of episodes that it came back, you just gave up after the first shot. All
No
right,
instant
cool.
gratification. Ban world.
it anymore because I can't. I mean, let's be honest. Do you want to see me play 5 more hours of games, or just to spend a half an hour to do the review and do it that way without the video footage, or do you want me to spend 5 hours and have very limited videos today? And overwhelmingly, people said no. Just go back to the old style. So that's what happened earlier this year. I never said I'm quitting reviewing games. All right.
Wow.
Now, admittedly, when the summer hit this
kinda
year,
sound like
there
you're
was
quitting,
a
man.
drought. There was a gaming drought. Very few new games came out for almost 2 months at a time. Okay,
Whoa,
so I went
2
to
months.
I did a summer of retro. I did a couple throwback games and stuff like that. And some of the games that I played, like Tales of Exilia, that game has been out for 2 years already in Japan. You don't need to hear my review of it because you could have heard what people thought of it 2 years ago. All right, so that kind of stuff I didn't think warranted a review. Now, there was a week when I played several games like Splinter Cell Blacklist. People said, why didn't you review it? Because I never played the multiplayer and I never played any of the optional modes. There's all these side content and modes. For me to just review a game based off of a very limited portion isn't fair, so I'm not going to review that game. Okay?
ALT not a
Same
big
thing with the
Blacklist
like,
fan.
but any of the optional
Yeah.
content, all the side content. I didn't have time, I was doing other stuff. So if I review again, I'm only reviewing half the game. That's not fair. I'm trying to be fair when I review something. I don't want to be a dick. So why don't we play it for half of it?
Why don't you just do the review with the information you have? That's so dumb. He'll find any fucking excuse to not do anything. I swear. Why don't you just talk about how much you like the campaign? Make that an entire video. That's a genre.
It's always conveniently the option that always wins out is the one that takes the least work. You know, it's kind of funny how that happens. It's always a minute. Big ups to Anti-Distortion says big ups to ALT and Atlas. Big ups to you, Anti-Distortion.
It was a game that I played from start to finish. I did a lot of the side content, and I did not review it. That's admitted. All right. In addition to that, there have been a couple other games since then that I probably could have reviewed that I have not. One of some of these indie games like Gone Home, Outlast, Like he mentioned, Brother of Tale of Two Sons.
Outlast
I
is
could have
one
done
word.
reviews for those.
I'm gonna point that
Outlast.
out for anybody who cares. It's one word.
Outlast. Ryan says this era feels a headache personified, and the Jaha pull. Big ups, Ryan.
Unfortunately, I didn't. And more recently, Grand Theft Auto 5. I beat it. I have not reviewed it yet. There's a reason. The reason is I have not played the online gameplay fully. GTA Online right now is a broken mess. If I review it now, it's not fair, because when it works, it might actually be really good. So I'm going to wait for my review until GTA Online actually works. Hopefully within a week it'll work, and I'll be able to do a valid review of the game, okay? So all that being said, I have not stopped doing Hateful Truth reviews. There was nothing to review all summer. The games that I played during the summer, I couldn't review because I didn't do all the modes of them.
You stopped doing them for the summer. Sounds
good.
good.
The most recent release, Grand Theft Auto 5, I didn't review because I haven't really played GTA Online fully yet, okay? Now, admittedly...
Oh my God, how long can we make this?
Indie games I could have reviewed, and admittedly, Saints Row 4 I could have reviewed. It absolutely is a miss by me that I did not do Hateful Truth reviews of those games.
I'm surprised you
Beating
didn't
that, unfortunately,
review
now those games
Saints
are
Row
unsold.
4.
If I did a review, probably no one would care, all right? But what I can tell you is this. Now that we're in the hardcore gaming season, now that we're going to have these new games coming out, you got Beyond Two Souls next week, 2 weeks after that, Assassin's Creed 4, WWE 2K14, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, the console launches, obviously, PS4, Xbox One. We got so much coming out that I am going to make an honest effort, because this is the time of year when you need this kind of information the most to decide which of these games to buy.
As opposed to a
Two review games
dishonest
I've gotten
effort?
a chance to play all the modes, okay? So, there will be a review for Grand Theft Auto 5 once I finally get to play GTA Online. There will be reviews of all the games coming up. It will be the normal style where I just sit here and talk about the game. It will not be with video footage or anything
this is
like
lazy
that,
style.
Okay?
Oh, video
next
footage, a ban world. Can't be bothered to get that shit.
Guaranteed longest answers are when people say, why don't you do this good idea? And he doesn't want to do that good idea. Those are how you get the longest answers. And that's the case there.
Yeah, the more he copes, obviously, the more he's thought about it and structured his excuse to fill all of the holes, of
and
course.
to not do the thing.
Question.
that he knows he should do.
This one is from Abinja1, and he asks this. He says, "Hey Phil, during your playthrough of Grand Theft Auto 5, when you were doing the Life Invader mission, you were clearly raging at the elitist hipster douchebags that worked at the company. Now, I thought this was hilarious, as it echoes my feelings about hipsters as well."
Whoa. What game are we talking about? I wasn't here at the beginning of the question.
GTA 5?
The hipsters.
I
All right,
know
I'll
what
try to
hipsters
find
are.
it.
Would you be able to explain your disdain for them to your fans?
Disdain.
And who they may not know
Disdain.
who they are?
Disdain.
Well, have you had any run-ins with any hipsters yourself? Okay. So for
I
those
hip-
of you who've seen my Grand Theft Auto 5 playthrough, you know what he's talking about. For those of you who have not, there's a portion in the game where there's a company called Life Invader. And what it's supposed to be is a combination parody of all these social media / tech companies who in the past few years have dominated your life. So it's a combination of Facebook, YouTube, Apple. It's supposed to be a combination of all those things at once. Okay.
That was
And the guys
amazing.
at this company are these guys, they're not traditional businessmen. They come into work with, casual clothes, and they all sit in beanbag chairs and drink their caramel mocha lattes, and they don't have a formal office. They do these crazy things at work, life improvement classes and shit at work and things like that. It's not a traditional business. They do things way differently than normal businesses, but at the same time, they feel that they know better than everyone else. They're the smartest people on the planet. No one else. Oh, those stupid, ground dwellers. We live up here at a higher level than them, a higher level of enlightenment.
Dwellers?
And that's really, it's a parody.
They
It's
think
supposed to be
other
a
people are
parody
mole people?
of these people at these social media companies who seem to have attitudes like that. Let's face it. In the past few years, how many times has YouTube completely changed their layout? All right? The channels now look so different than they did 2 years ago.
And that's because of hipsters? Holy shit.
What's that?
The hipsters are to blame.
Than they did 2 years before that. They just keep changing the channel layouts constantly.
Okay.
And every fucking time that they do it, everyone who uses YouTube, the users who just watch videos, the people who create content, the uploaders, all collectively come together and say, stop, we don't like the changes you're instituting. You're not showing us any value added for us to have to completely change.
I think I found something about the hipsters here, because I'm already checked out of what he's actually talking about.
You're a hipster.
No.
You're a hipster. I hate hipsters. Classic hipster denial.
He's a hipster.
Abhor hipsters. I eat them for fun. Hipsters love saying they
So
hate
He
hipsters.
called Trevor a hipster.
Really fucking do.
Okay.
Self-hatred. Common hipster affliction.
Driving.
Because I'm living out here away from the bean machines and the bankers.
You're gentrifying. Soon, the skinny jeans will show up. Then the skinny lattes. And then all over it. It's a spider.
I don't agree.
Don't very.
The proto hipster.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hipster.
How'd we get that accident?
Not a sadist.
Look at this.
Called him a hipster.
So it sounds like the game is calling him as the hipster commentary, not Philip. But all
Change
right.
the way that we're using your website.
There's
Stop.
a bit
And
where
what
you
is
go into the Life Invader like
All right, let me try to search for that.
offices or whatever. Yeah, I've got a link to the part, but I couldn't tell you where it is in the part, and it might even be in the next one after. You know how he is.
Yeah. All right, let's try this. Let's get this hipster.
Oh.
We have to strip features, especially if we plan.
buy that? Fucking ass.
Let's see
Wear
the
shirts.
Very robust episode.
No.
That's crispy.
Like that. There, buy
Oh
that.
yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
drip going.
Oh look, he's one arming it. He's one arming that backpack too. Big ups. One arming it.
What?
Were you a one armer
the
or
cool
two or
kids do.
double? Were you a one arm or two arm? Like were you one side or both? Like what was it when you were in school?
I was a one-sided in school, but now that I'm adult, I'm gonna two-side the backpack. I don't
Yeah.
know why I would ever one
I do the
side. That was
same.
silly.
When I was in high school, it was a one side, but now it seems like two. If you don't do two, you're kind of weird. But now you
Why
got
am I
one
putting
strap
myself
in.
off kilter like that? Why wouldn't I just balance the weight like a normal person? I don't know.
Yeah. When I was in high school, yeah, it was definitely one strap it.
What?
I don't care about hipsters anymore, but I was
How do I
shopping.
equip the gun?
This is the shopping stream
Yeah, I see the shopping.
Call me a fucking sex predator. I like that shirt. Fuck you. The gun.
What?
Can't equip the gun. I would shoot her right in her fucking.
What?
I bought a.
Anger towards women much? You ready? This is a pattern, by the way. Listen to this.
Sex predator. Okay, not sex
Good luck
predator.
at the interview.
Wait, what's the sex predator coming from? Hold on.
No.
Okay.
Like
Let's
that.
listen to
There,
this.
buy
This is
that.
worth it.
Fucking asshole.
Way too sex predator.
Oh,
What?
okay.
She said it.
But he just keeps going. Like he mulls
Okay,
over
not sex
this.
predator.
Good luck at the interview.
Oh my God! Look. So look, he gets called out to be a sex predator. He actually takes that advice as, okay, I'll change it, and then he says not sex predator anymore. Watch. He gets bullied by her. He gets bullied by video game characters, dude. It always happens. Watch. What? Okay.
No.
Hey, listen.
Like that. There, buy that. Fucking asshole.
Way too sex predator.
So he internalizes that.
What?
He's like, okay, well, I'll make a change. Hang on, let me check out here. Let me get a vest on. That'll change it.
No way.
Okay, not sex
Good luck
predator.
at the interview.
Bye.
Not
The
sex
shirt
predator.
I bought was sex predator?
Oh, he's drunk.
What?
Yeah, he's drunk as
I
shit.
bought a shirt and she called me a sex predator. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. How do I equip the gun? I can't equip the gun. I would shoot her right in her fucking face.
Hear that?
Come here.
He is
can't even
angry.
do that.
Hear that
Shoot right
angry
there.
come out? Listen. Okay, well, I'm boosted right here. He gets that angry face on. Angry, like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he's
Listen
gritting
to-
his teeth. He's
Yeah.
talking through his teeth right now.
Holy fuck! And he didn't even talk to her until she was like he was in a different room, kind of in the hallway.
He's scared of NPCs.
I
Yeah.
bought was sex
Good luck
predator.
at the interview.
Look, silence.
The shirt I bought was sex predator? What? I bought a shirt and she called me a sex predator. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. How do I equip the gun? I can't equip the gun. I would shoot her right in her fucking face.
Jesus.
Call me a fucking sex predator. I like that shirt. Fuck you.
Man. Oh man, what else? What can be said? That is a 31-year-old gentleman, by the way, just to remind you.
Quick maths. Way to go, ALT.
All right,
Big
let's
brain.
go. Right in the fucking face. All right.
What does YouTube do? They say, neener, 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 we don't hear you, we ignore you, and they institute the changes anyway. I remember, it wasn't this one channel, but the change before that, when they wanted to change all the channel formats, they had the announcement
we're bitching
page,
about YouTube.
and they actually had a comment
Yeah.
section
All right.
below. There were hundreds of thousands of comments saying, help, do not change to this format, it looks horrible, we don't like it, please, if you're gonna do it, explain the benefits. YouTube ignored hundreds of thousands of comments and fucking mandatorily changed their whole website. And it's like, these people
go
think
somewhere
that they
else.
don't, oh, you need the iPhone because if you don't have it, your life, you're behind. You're behind everyone else. The iPhone does so much crazy things that it will change your life. And now it's like, oh, the iPhone 5S is, oh no, I'm behind. I only have the iPhone 5. I need the iPhone 5S because
you
this
know, you
hipster-
don't have to buy it. You know, it's kind of an optional thing. You know,
I learned from watching the WWE Champions stream today that he does actually, for some reason, think that he's being forced to purchase things, and I'm not quite sure where that comes from in a human being. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't get it personally.
If you're like offering something for sale, that's like you're telling he has to buy it. It's not. It's like your fault, right? So you're asking me to play a game 8 hours. How dare you? It's like no. That's you can if you want to get like the top spot in the event, but you don't have to do that. You understand that, right, Philip? Or, you know, it's amazing.
No, he has to do it for some reason.
So he's pissed that they require that of him when it's an optional thing, you know? The Pasta Maker says, this hipster comes in and sits down in a special chair, drinking his flavored water, playing with his LED lights, telling us about his life changes and the totally off-the-beaten-path foods we have never heard of that he eats. Correct, the Pasta Maker. He sounds like a hipster himself sometimes, doesn't he?
Douchebag told me that I'm a loser because I don't have the latest iPhone.
See?
All right?
Like, that's the thing. If a douchebag tells you you're a loser, you don't have to believe them nor care what they say. But Philip does.
He does? Every time.
He cares about what this NPC said.
In GTA.
Yeah.
This is, oh no, I'm behind. I only have the iPhone 5. I need the iPhone 5S because this hipster douchebag told me that I'm a loser because I don't have the latest iPhone. All right?
Uh-huh.
So the thing is, I have nothing against technology. I have nothing against progress.
Right.
Obviously, social media has dramatically
Really
changed
beating
our
the
lives in the
Luddite
past decade.
accusation for the
And
FBI
just look at,
movie.
I would not have anything on YouTube, Twitter, nothing. I'd have nothing if it weren't for the changes in social media. So obviously, I understand the progression, but I don't understand that there's this group of people who think that they know better than everyone else. They're the most intelligent group of
Just
people
ignore
on the
them.
planet, and they do things differently and their own hipster way, and they are going to institute sweeping changes to the way that you use these things that
their
have now ingrained
fucking
themselves in
website.
your life
Yep.
just because they can, because they think they know better than you. And they refuse to listen to your feedback, and they refuse to take any kind of criticism. Instead, they ignore it, and they just go ahead because they have the power to do it. And the bottom line is this.
Hey,
if these things didn't blow up with popularity the way that they did, if YouTube wasn't bought out by Google, which has tons of money, they wouldn't be able to do that. Because any other business, when your customers tell you no, don't do something, and you do it against their will, your customer stands up and walks the fuck away like this. And you lose your...
Yeah, we needed the visual for this.
Yeah, I needed the miming, of course. I
What
don't
do-
know
what
how
did you
people
mean?
walk away.
Stand up and walk away, huh?
do something and you do it against their will.
Yeah, what do you do?
Your customer stands up and walks the fuck away like this.
Oh.
And you lose your customers and you go out of business.
What customer?
problem
What was
is
the business that
these
we were sitting down?
I don't know.
Were we at like a restaurant or were we at
I-
a grocery store?
I've lost. Yeah, I don't know where
Their
we
companies
are.
have been backed by finance, the biggest finances. They're multi-million, in some cases billion-dollar corporations, and they have the financial backing to do things differently. YouTube exists today simply because it allows anyone at a moment's notice to upload any kind of video they want without having to pay for it, and it actually will play back properly when you click play. They have the server capacity and the money to back them to be able to do it. Other websites like Blip TV, like
why'd you leave that website?
Viveo or whatever.
Sounds pretty cool.
Viveo. There's another one that does it. There's like 3 or 4 competitors to YouTube that do not succeed. They're not stealing any of YouTube's market share because they don't have the financial backing to buy the servers and the staff that they need to do the same thing that YouTube does. So YouTube exists and it's the way it does because of that.
I forgot the question. ES says these spark plugs are $500, Philip. Oh, you asshole. Oh yeah, I'll take them though.
He should have stood up and walked away.
That's when he should have stood up and walked away. But no, we gotta buy those.
That if these hipster assholes didn't have billions of dollars backing them, they'd just be a Joe fucking nobody. All right, and that's what pisses me off. Why the fuck are we having movies about how Facebook was made? A movie about Steve Jobs. These guys who like. Okay. Oh wow, Steve Jobs he had the vision behind the iPhone. How did this change my life? I had a phone before. The difference now is that I can touch the fucking
dude, we're going here? Okay, this is going to be for our worst takes ever, my worst takes ever series, I think. Let's hear 100%.
This. Guys who like, okay, oh wow, Steve Jobs he had the vision behind the iPhone. How did this change my life? I had
especially for him. How that smartphone changed my life.
Specifically?
It changed the entire trajectory of your life is tied into an iPhone, Philip. That was the singular reason you got a bankruptcy. You know, I mean, let's call a spade here.
Wow, Steve Jobs he had the vision behind the iPhone. How did this change my life? I had a phone before. The difference now is that I can touch the fucking screen and play stupid mini games on it.
What was that?
There you go. He already knew. He already knew the one advantage is to play games on it.
Oh, that's the main screen, actually, just homepage. Oh, not even a custom background? Come on, what is this?
And play stupid mini games on it. How did that revolutionize my fucking life? It didn't.
Oh, it did.
All right? It's a neat toy to have, but this didn't change the fucking world. And people are idolizing these people and putting them on a pedestal like they're gods and celebrities when all they did was have $1 bajillion to fucking back them, and then they went and did something. And oh my God,
Jobs,
it caught on.
The bajillionaire when he started out.
He started out with $1 billion.
Fucking deal. What would he fucking do? Okay. So.
Okay. Trevor says around 6:30 GTA 5 part 29. What part am I on now? This is part 28. All right, part 29. 6:30.
What's on the next one?
I'm always down for it.
All right. Thank you for re-upping your membership. I appreciate that.
Anyway.
Here we go.
Now you can dock your Life Invader to an iPhone phone or any other device, and it'll take all the data off. Oh, hold on a second.
Fuck you.
I think someone's trying to dock with me.
Oh, someone's trying to dock with me. Oh, yes!
Jesus!
Fuck you, bitch!
Whoa!
Yeah, bitch! Boom! Blew your fucking head. Get the fuck out of there. Oh, that's so smart. You know all about future technology. Oh, you have no fucking brain matter left, bitch. Oh! Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch.
Hammered.
Oh my lord.
God.
My fucking cock.
Jesus, we're hammered.
Google. It's Facebook. We're so smart. Oh, my phone's ringing. Boom. Yeah,
Is that the joke?
That's what I fucking thought.
Oh, we're just repeating what happened.
I think Michael's missions are done, actually. Oh, here we go.
The joke was just saying what happened. Oh, I got a phone call. Let me answer the phone. Boom. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but did you hear the voice though? Were you laughing
the
at that?
high-pitched voice. That's what I thought. Floss McGee says, "Get felted, Steve Jobs." Ack, ack, ack. Definitely. Huh? He was felted. You heard it. He'll never recover from this. Apple's done, dude.
Yeah,
fuck them.
He's spinning in his grave right now over that one. That's for sure.
So I don't hold them in that regard. I don't think they're celebrities. I don't think we need movies about fucking The Social Network. Go to hell. Who cares about how fucking Facebook came to be? It's a fad, and just like MySpace and everything else, it'll go away, and then you'll say, my website faded into obscurity. Oh, maybe I didn't know better. Nobody won't say that.
What the fuck?
All right, enough of that.
This is so odd.
Next question.
Such an odd hill to beat. What an odd soapbox.
Yeah, this is a stranger hill to die on than bullying.
And this is from Solid Fantasy.
Like even pro bullying
seems and he asked a pretty long question, so here we go. He says, this is a long but pertinent two-part question.
Oh, God.
I don't mean for this question to sound like it's attacking your fan base, because
Okay.
it's not.
But it's not.
When you preface it like that, I don't know. But why do you think that so many of your viewers are turned off by more artsy and subtle experiences? I was watching your stream of Rain. If you don't know, he's talking about this game I played last night on stream, second stream. And basically...
Rain is the game that has a great Chitlins quote, which I found very funny. I'll get it for you here. So this is this long as shit question that who cares
Majority
about.
of people who were watching were bored shitless. I don't think that the game is utterly fantastic, but
Which
it's
game are we
certainly
talking about?
entertaining enough to finish
Rain.
with a unique style and atmosphere. Maybe it's just because some of your fans are younger and don't appreciate more artistic and slower paced experiences. After all, I'm 24 and religiously watch artsy-fartsy movies most would probably call pretentious garbage, but on the flip side, I also enjoy things like the Avengers and the Grand Theft Auto games, so what gives?
All right,
do you
you're
think it'll
really
take
well-rounded there, Scholar. Let's go. Let's keep
Also
it
very
pushing.
manly. I play GTA.
People to get over their obsession with mainstream ultra-violent games and casual garbage, yes, I said it, like Minecraft. You're literally teaching Minecraft. No, wow, he says they're literally teaching Minecraft in school, and I know this for a fact because my cousin is now hooked on it. I remember playing Oregon Trail 2.
Teaching Minecraft. Yeah, they're teaching Minecraft.
And
That's
actually
the
learning
dumbest
when we got
fucking
to
sentence I think I've heard today. I know because my cousin is hooked on it at school.
Philip is not live yet. Someone asked. It's 9. He's 7 minutes behind right now, and he's not live for the polls.
So I want to point out he used a thumbnail the other day, and I used that exact same image that he did, but I put his faces on it, and I did it the day before he did. Beat him to it, and I put more work into it. Imagine that. He's fucking uploaded the image again. That's kind of crazy to do, if you ask me.
Yeah. Just in case. This is Rain, by the way. The game
Come on, boy, you called me, I'll come out too. We'll have a threesome. Come on, we'll go down, we'll get some chitlins together. Yeah.
There's an African-American gentleman inside the house he's talking about right there. That's why this joke is so hilarious. Ready here? Let's hear it one more time. It's very hilarious. Ready for it? This is hilarious, so. Oh, excuse me, African-American child, by the way.
Come on, boy, you called me, I'll come out too. We'll have a threesome.
Uh-huh.
Come on, we'll
About
go
children?
down, we'll get some chitlins together. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Hilarious. Children have a threesome together? Definitely.
Can I request the Titus laugh?
Oh, definitely. Hold on a second.
I know you got it over there on your magical... Yeah.
computers in elementary school, not pointlessly building shit with Minecraft.
Yeah, see, I could see that, Aaron. There was you could use JavaScript by making a Minecraft mod. Yeah, that's cool, right? But, of course, Philip takes it literally. Like, they teach you how to mine and stuff. I'm sure that's how Philip took
I
that.
don't think that's what he was talking about in the question.
What the fuck? Lol. And that's from Solid Fantasy. Wow.
Wow. Hilarious. Very funny.
Well, Solid Fantasy,
Let me
what I
tell
have
you.
to say about the subject is this. And by the way, I'm not hating on Minecraft. That was his opinion, not mine. I'm not hating on Minecraft. I'm not hating on Call of Duty. I'm not hating on ultra-violent video games or anything.
You have before.
Why does it matter now?
You've hated on Minecraft enough in your lifetime.
Thing like that. I believe there's a place for everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Unfortunately, what's happened with the gaming industry is precisely what's happened with the television and movie industries, precisely what's happened with music, and we're in a time of fluctuation in the gaming industry.
All right, we're going deep, boys.
Gaming used to be seen, video gaming, used to be seen as a child's hobby. This is something that an immature person does to kill time. It is
An immature person does? Yeah, if you were playing Pac-Man back in the day, you were immature. Did you know that, guys?
Yeah, you're a stupid kid who didn't know what he was talking about playing Pac-Man.
Immature person does.
Child's hobby. This is something that an immature person does to kill time. It is a game. All right?
Yeah. Pong. If you're playing Pong, you're definitely fucking immature, dude.
That changed somewhat in the late 90s to early 2000s when they found out that if they actually make games at length that will actually hook people for hours on end, that they could actually sell a bajillion of them. Okay? Take a look at Grand Theft Auto 5. Ultra violent, very adult-oriented, very misogynistic.
Was the thing that changed that view?
Yes.
That's the take we're going with right now. Okay,
yes.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm following, because it already doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's tough. Keep up.
But it's a super long game. It's entertaining. It's got a ton of gameplay, and they made $1 billion in 3 days. Okay? Compare that to a game like Rain. Rain, it's very artsy. It has an artistic style to it. It doesn't have a complex story with characters that are over the top. In fact, the story is very kind of almost behind the scenes. You're trying to unlock it as you go along the game.
Kind of almost behind the scenes. Jesus Christ, dude.
The story is behind the scenes because they didn't... The story is behind the scenes. What does that mean? The story is behind the scenes? What?
The game is short. The game costs only $15. All right? The game has absolutely no advertising budget. I never heard of the game until I saw the E3 demo or trailer for it, and then I didn't hear about the game again until I found out it was coming out this week.
You heard about the game twice prior to the release. That's kind of crazy to say that you didn't hear about it then.
All right? They get exposed.
Oh, exposed.
Overexposed to the American and to the world people. And you get trends that happen with these things.
I have absolutely no idea where we're going with this. I have no idea the train of thought we are even on.
I don't even know how we fucking got here. This is the most roundabout way to ever answer a question I've heard.
This might be one of the best. What are we talking about? Here, this is what I got. This is what I'm looking for. This is what we're not even done the question, but I already feel this.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I'll just stop it there.
I can completely vouch for you 100% that the climate of the internet right now is completely different than it was 5 years ago when I started making gaming videos in 2008. When I was making gaming videos in 2008, it was like, wow, there's a guy who's playing a video game and uploading it to YouTube. He's commenting on what he thinks about the game while he plays it. Now, this game might not be my cup of tea, but at least he's keeping it entertaining. And I'm
maybe Ryan, is there a head wound under that ridiculous hat? Maybe.
Learning about
this answer.
So regardless of if I'm ever going to go play this game or not, I'm learning about it, and I know whether or not I like this style of game.
Okay.
All right. People used my videos as exploratory content, even if it was something maybe
exploratory content.
I've never in my life heard that term. What the fuck does that even mean?
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
We'll just work our way through that as we go through this answer.
More interested in, you would still give it a shot because you wanted to see what that game was about. All right. So if I played Rain in 2008, chances are people would be like, wow, this is interesting. This is fun. This guy is doing entertaining commentary over a game. This is something different and new. I'm learning, even though I don't like this style of game, I'm still learning about it, and I get to see the whole game without paying for it. That's kind of the appeal of what my videos were. That was 2008. 5 years have passed. So certain things have happened. Number one, that group of people may have moved on.
Holy fuck, dude. Maybe there's like 100 stories in this.
2008 for several years.
It's a meaningful
I don't have time to watch videos anymore.
Yeah.
And a whole new generation of viewers have now moved up to fill in their spot. Number two.
Oh my god.
A retardedly huge amount of people.
Oh, what? How huge is it? I'm not sure I heard this correctly. How huge?
Number two, a retardedly huge amount of people are now doing Let's Plays. Now, there are some of them that are doing it for all the right reasons. They do it to entertain. They do it to share their hobby with you. They do it for the love of gaming. Those are the people who are the genuine people who love it. Then there's this insanely large amount of people who saw someone like me who was doing this as a hobby on YouTube, lose my job, get
salute off camera. It looks really good optically,
and start making money doing it. And that was it. That was when, that's it. It's now mainstream. It's now everyone's doing it because you get this mentality, make it big, make it quick. This is my way out. I don't have to work a 9-to-5 job because if this guy can make videos on the YouTube all day and get paid for it, I can do it too.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that when they saw your videos. Still not live, and Philip not. Oh, he is in the chat. He says, "Hey guys, so I'm setting up for the stream. Just finishing encoding a clip from today's podcast. FYI, I know you guys want music, but royalty-free music still gets claimed on YouTube, and we'll get the stream and vids demonetized. So not exactly sure what to do in that regard." Get copyright-free music from YouTube?
No shit. I was playing random drum and bass tracks today on stream just because, and none of it was claimed. You'll figure it out. It's not hard.
Yeah, so that was a long time ago now, and he is not live yet. 16 minutes late at this point.
And you've got a shit ton of people who oversaturated the market with content. Right now,
similar to someone I know, oversaturated the market with content. Not sure who, though. Someone like that.
I wonder who that is.
Someone's
go
done
to
that.
YouTube. How the fuck would you know who to watch to play GTA 5? All the bigger, all the big people did it. The Toby Turners and the PewDiePies and all those people are going to be playing it. You got the mid-level people who are probably like myself and, SSOH PKC, Vash, the Stampede, those kind of people. And then you've got the people who are just the up-and-comers, the people who are just starting out trying to make it. And so maybe they've had a channel for a little while and they do have a following, but it's nowhere near as big as the big people. And they're playing. How do you know when there's...
I don't remember. I think why do your viewers not like artistic?
Artsy games.
Yeah,
you're right.
5,000 playthroughs of Grand Theft Auto 5. Man. How do you know what to watch? You don't. It's oversaturated. There's too many people fucking doing it because all they saw was this. And this is the problem. This is exactly what happened with the Street Fighter community when Street Fighter 4...
So real quick, why didn't you do the Hateful Truth again, Philip, with the special clips? Why didn't you do that?
When there's 5,000 playthroughs of Grand Theft Auto 5, how do you know what to watch? You don't. It's oversaturated. There's too many people fucking doing it because they all...
Yeah. So real quick, Philip, why didn't you do the reviews with the added, added like clips and stuff that would make your reviews much better for the viewers? Why didn't you do that?
All they saw was this.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
and this is the problem. This is exactly what happened with the Street Fighter.
I also love that he immediately jumps to the conclusion that all everybody ever saw was money. Nobody else was doing it because they just happened to like those games and were interested in doing content. Everybody else saw the money but him.
Yep, Phil's law. So if you're doing something and you get paid for it, that means that's the only reason you are doing it, right? That's the rule. So anything you do that does get money means that's the only reason you are doing said thing. That is a very strong law in the house of Philip.
When Street Fighter 4 came out, all of a sudden people said, wait a minute, there's people who are playing Street Fighter 4 and that's all they do? I can do that too. I'm going to make YouTube videos of my gameplay. I'm going to travel the country acting like an asshole just to get attention, and I'm going to make it big playing Street Fighter. And what happened? The community got oversaturated with players. A lot of the people who used to be in the Street Fighter community have quit for good because they said the spirit of it isn't there anymore. It's all been oversaturated because of this, all right? So what happened...
Oh my God!
With YouTube and with Twitch and with the internet, just to address Solid Fantasy's question.
Are we really addressing the question yet? What the fuck?
You had a shit ton of people who all started doing the same thing because they saw people like me making a living doing it.
Okay.
The market's become insanely oversaturated, and there's just too much content. There's too much content to watch at this point. It's just impossible. It's all white noise. When so many people are doing it, it's white noise.
So I hope you better do something to stand out, right? You want to change your content in some way to be better than everyone else, whether that be from editing, maybe higher quality. You better be doing something like that, right, Philip?
So previously in 2008...
How is he going to sit here and say that there's the reason people aren't watching these artsier games is because there's too many GTA 5 videos? What the fuck are you talking about? That is brain dead, bud.
I missed that point. Is that what he's going to say here?
I would have played a game you never heard of, and people would have said, wow, this is a game I never heard of. Let's pay attention to it. Let's watch it. Now, I play a game you never heard of, and people are like, well, what's this? Everyone's playing GTA now. Everyone's playing Call of Duty now.
That's right. He has 5 talking points, and all questions lead to the 5 talking points. That's a good point. Never thought about. Because that is it.
You should map this out, ALT. Yeah. You should do the deep dive on the 5 points.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I think who's the person that did the mind maps? That's Tractor Goose, I think. We can get them on the case. There's like we have 5 endpoints for every question.
Playing Minecraft, why would I watch this? That's not the popular thing. I don't care anymore, and that's it. So because the market's become oversaturated and so many people are now doing this, it's white noise, and these little games just fall through the cracks. And it's quite unfortunate, because I'll be honest with you. Some of the games that I played this year that were the smallest games, Gone Home, Outlast, Brother: A Tale of Two Sons, those fucking games were outstanding. I love them. I think that everyone should give games like that a chance. But it's all fucking white noise now. If I'm not playing a big release, no one watches it. Because people only care about big releases because everyone on the planet is now making videos. If it was only a small handful of people making quality videos, people would probably watch everything they do, but it's not anymore. It's all the same shit. Why do you think you see the same memes, the same kind of shit, the same fast, oh, everyone has a face cam playing horror games and screaming like a little ninny girl. Everyone all of a sudden is
screaming like a ninny girl. Philip, remember we had the question about women in games and how you wanted to help them feel more remember that? Remember that, Philip? You forgot about that?
Playing Happy Wheels. What the fuck? Why is everyone playing Happy Wheels? And then
because
that
it's
died
funny.
out. So that's what I mean. This is what happens. Unfortunately, when things become mainstream, they blow up. Everyone wants to do it for this. That's it. You lose the quality. And so
Ow.
Stream started.
So, like, again, the question being, why don't people like artsy games? And it's because people are too busy watching Happy Wheels. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sounds
Tractor
good to me,
Goose.
dude.
We need to get you on this case, Tractor Goose. I have no clue what the point is. Let's finish.
People who maybe in 2008 would have appreciated me playing a game like Rain, at this point, if I'm not playing GTA, they don't give a flying fuck. You know what I mean? It's very, very unfortunate that this is what has happened with the climate of the internet. It's also unfortunate because these indie games are easier than ever to make. You've got systems that are easy to make them for and such, and
easier than ever to make games, and that's a negative. I think we're going there. All right. I mean, is that where it sounds like he's going, right?
Maybe.
People are just passing by, and these games are great. They have potential. Just as much artistic vision and work was put into them as big budget games. But
maybe
no one
it's a
gives
positive.
A fuck. And it's
positive. Nobody's
really
paying attention to them because they're so easy to make. I guess is the take.
Okay. Well, my final point on this whole answer was
everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
And I'll stop there. We are all dumber.
So, Solid Fantasy,
we're not done yet.
Feel your frustration. I quite enjoy playing games that aren't always the big budgets, even though I'm not saying that I'm against Grand Theft Auto or I'm against any of these games, all right?
Oh my God.
But, this is what happened. The market became insanely oversaturated.
Oh my God.
It all became about this. Big corporations moved in.
It's the same fucking point,
YouTube
dude. Let's
promoted
go.
certain people.
We're on the third telling of this.
To the top, like Toby Games, and I'm not saying a negative about it. I'm saying when you promote that.
Second Toby Games drop.
He had to say that thing about Toby Games because he got clapped hard when he first went after Toby Games because everyone actually likes Toby Turner. So.
Kind of
back in the day, by the way.
And you push them into that upper echelon. He's now become the face of gaming. He really has. He is the face of gaming. Him and PewDiePie are the two faces of gaming. Those are the quintessential people who say, who's a gamer? The common person will say Toby Turner and PewDiePie. And you're like, but look at their content. Is that really the common gamer? The shit that they play all the time, is that really the common gamer? Or is that just what's been shoved into your throat because that's what corporations are now backing to make their fucking money? And
why does this affect him so much, dude?
Shoved into your throat, and Clown, has he ever streamed on time? Yeah, he's been on time before. Yeah, he had. It's rare, but he has. He's been early, actually, when the Kino Casino arc was first starting. When he'd get a lot of viewers, he'd be like, "All right, I better start early because I don't want to lose them."
There's some days I go to catch him and he's already live and been live for like 10 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude on time today? No way.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lose the new watchers. The question was, why don't your fans like artsy games? So just keep that in your mind, and we're still not done with this question yet.
And it's a ridiculous concept. and I'm tired of it. I mean, I talked about it a year ago. If you remember, at the end of last year, in my bad gaming trends of the year, one of the ones I talked about was if you continue to support that kind of people, they will become all you see. You will see Toby Turner and PewDiePie screaming at the camera, acting like cartoons, and that's all you will see. And I'm not naysaying. I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch their content. I'm saying that if that's all you watch, whatever they play is going to be the only game anyone cares about, and whatever they do is going to be the only thing that's popular. And that's a shame when you have people who started this fucking trend back in 2008 who are now eclipsed by that cartoonish stuff.
Talking about himself here? Like that was the whole goal?
Yep, just to say how I got fucked by this trend. That's the only reason we're here right now.
Right. Okay, we'll do one more question and we'll take another break.
Okay, just to finish that question up here.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Thank you. All of that question needed that.
This question is
Holy
from
fuck, dude.
Color Me Kevin. Haha. Color Me Kevin asks, what do you think of fake girl gamers nerds? I hear that term so many times, whether it's on the internet or from morons at my local comic book shop, and it pisses me right off.
It pisses me right off. Is he here? Oh.
I think, to me, it's really stupid and immature of people to assume things of others when they don't even know, anything about the real person.
Yes.
So take this for example. I was out with my friend the other day, and she's the biggest Legend of Zelda and Pokemon fan that I know. And she was wearing her Triforce shirt. Well, while we were out, we overheard these group of idiots snicker and point at her, saying, haha, she probably doesn't even know that that's a Triforce on her shirt.
This definitely happened, by the way. I just want you to know that, Atlas. This is a real story, and it definitely did happen.
I believe you. This sounds totally realistic. I feel like I've almost witnessed this.
This is definitely real.
Needless to say, we both got pissed, and she proceeded to go and tell them off. This actually isn't the first time that she's
believing
had to do
this
with
more and more by the second.
Things like that. And nor is she the only friend that I have who has had to defend themselves about being a gamer or a nerd or a geek. Simply because these idiot fanboys, it's not enough to just, like a game and to be considered a gamer.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this? And these dumbasses who think just because a girl's pretty, she totally is just faking, being a gamer just to get attention, when in fact, the people who think that are actually the assholes because they don't get to decide what a person is or isn't.
Right.
Right.
What a long
I want to
question,
say about the question asker, buddy, there's easier ways to win her over than this. You did not have to write into the guy to call her pretty. You could have just said that, and it probably would have came off better. This is embarrassing.
Well, yeah, I even asked my favorite YouTuber about it. Here's what he said.
This is quite interesting to me.
Oh my gosh.
This is quite interesting to me for multiple reasons.
Oh, okay,
I'm going to explain why. I'm actually going to explain a few. The reason why this mentality kind of exists.
Look at that hair. Huh?
Yeah, that's not on the right side. We have not a ducktail, but what is that little guy? See that on the right? What is that? That's a little. It's a runaway. Ooh, she's
even that one on the right on top is a little
Yeah.
wonky, isn't it?
It's not exactly a duck tail. Oh, a duck wing. There you go. Sure, it's a duck wing.
We kind of exists at this point, okay? Is because, as I said before, video games were becoming more popular. It really was a kind of a geeky thing. The guy, would be the nerd, sit at home and play video games, and it was all.
He's live. Here we go.
Wants to keep moving the goalpost for a third time. WWE Champions.
Right, he live. Shut up,
buddy. I'm just finishing up setup here. I just got to get the chat open on my laptop, and then we can begin to chill in WWE Champions. And I really feel like tonight we're finally gonna do what we've been trying to do the last two streams.
Right.
It seriously feels like it's doable tonight, based on everything that we saw last time. Unless somehow
and your intense knowledge of the game
a third time, which would be pretty impressive. If Scopely really just does not want to make money and instead just wants to keep moving the goalpost further and further, I mean, I can't really help them if that's really what they want to do.
Okay. Right.
It sure would be pretty embarrassing if that's the case, because this would be the third stream we want to spend money and they won't allow us to. Right?
What?
You've already spent the money, dude. They've let you spend money.
Right?
Yeah, you've already spent $300.
Let's get started here. Let me get set up. Let me get this here.
He's already spent $300. What are we even talking about?
Pretty close-minded. They won't let me spend money. Huh?
Big ups, Icky Road.
$300 down the fucking WWE hole.
And they haven't let us spend money yet? What is spending money categorized for you then? 300 isn't it yet? That's a lot of fucking money to me.
Start spending money, ALT. Come on.
To spend on a game?
Here we are.
Think about that. Back in my day, we bitched about.
How are you? Hello.
Back in my day, we bitched about $50 games, and he spent $300 already on this mobile game, and is saying they haven't let me spend money yet. What?
Welcome back to WWE Champions for our third night of action.
All right.
I now have a whole new setup of equipment, as you can see, because if you guys weren't here
we can't
this
see
morning,
anything,
I want to show you guys
actually.
everything going on this month. So for the month of September, we got a new layout behind me.
Oh, we have to turn it on in the stream. Okay, cool.
We got a wild Tesla lamp.
Wow.
We've got
that
the
is
game
wild.
over sign. Now re-added to the setup. I haven't had it for a month. We used the ghost. Now we're back to the game over sign. Things have been shifted around a little bit, as you guys can see.
Doesn't it look completely
I have all
different?
new equipment here that I bought myself with your support. So just so you know, your money doesn't go to like blow or anything. It actually is going to improve the setup. Take a look at the cool new keyboard.
That'd be actually fun.
Logitech Pro keyboard.
New keyboard
that I'm using now for my PC setup. As you can see, it's doing RGB gradients on the screen as I hold it.
RGB gradients.
Pretty amazing, is it not? It syncs with my RGB setup
that
on my PC. It looks
hardwired?
so cool.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like
cool.
a detachable cord to me.
That looks
And,
like a USB-C.
I've got a new mouse. It's the Hero mouse. They call it the Logitech Hero mouse, and that also has RGB lights and gradients.
Remember when
on
we
it
used
and
to say our
stuff
fans bought everything?
I
Now
also
we
have
fucking
a new
flex.
wireless little mini wireless mouse here.
And that
as
G502
well as
is
a
good.
new
That's the
small
one I use.
wireless keyboard.
Nice.
I made a post about it and
that
everything.
I use now to update the leaderboards and stuff like that.
Awesome.
I basically upgraded all my equipment. My equipment was over 10 years old. So because you guys have supported me so much in the last month, I was able to upgrade all my equipment, which is really nice. So thank you guys for that. Obviously, like super cool. Look at the gradients. It just went to purple.
Dude.
Oh, now it went back to blue. Oh, now it's green. Look at this. It's going crazy.
Dude.
Pretty neat, right?
Yeah,
Dude.
there was a whole RGB
So anyway.
segment before we started playing the Call of Duty pre-order beta today because he was trying to get it to sync with the game because it's too distracting. I shit you not, dude.
How old are we, man?
Thank you all for that. I really appreciate that.
Unfortunately, he's 42.
Tonight, here's our intention. Get to League 7 in WWE Champions, and then finally be able to see the event, which you guys have not been able to see because we can't access it till we hit level 7. It's going on right now. It's the final faction feud of the month.
Okay, that
They always
sounds
do one
hype.
of these at the end of the month to end a monthly event, because tomorrow, no, I take it back. I think Monday or Tuesday, they're starting a new monthly event for September. And what happens is, basically, they have special tours and things available to play through.
I
And if you
better
beat them,
sign
you get
up.
rewards. But also, the best loot of the month is the last loot, which is going on right now.
You
So
seem
if
to
we
know a
can
lot about it,
actually
huh?
Get to League 7 tonight. We can actually do some mega pulls and see if we can get some really good characters.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but we can't
Mega
even see the loot till we get to
Remind
Mega
everybody,
Pulls are-
mega polls cost $110.99 after tax.
Imagine $110 for a
69
poll.
polls, ALT. How could you turn that down? It's such a deal.
I'm not even, like, it's so wild, this world. You know? Like, dude, remember when people bitched about games that cost $60 and then you have, like, hundreds of hours of fun? Now we're doing
Yeah, you're talking to an
polls.
indefinite broke boy. I would never spend that kind of money on anything.
What the fuck?
League 7.
You're out of your
So,
fucking
we'll see how
mind.
this goes,
$110
okay?
for JPEG.
No, Brian, I did not play Call of Duty with keyboard and mouse. I played it with gamepad, and I did ridiculously good. So I'm playing Call of Duty on PC now, and I was kicking everyone's butt. I was at top of the leaderboards, many matches, top 3 or top, like, actual best player. I was getting
Wow.
crazy kill streaks. I was doing really well, and it runs beautifully on my gaming PC. Like,
Oh yeah, I
it's
was seeing his
really,
gameplay.
really
Those
good.
people might as
So,
well have not even been awake.
Call of Duty
Oh,
is a
okay.
whole
Literally
another
just
level
getting
now,
murdered
dude. Seriously,
because-
it's so cool. So anyway, oh, so Slayer, you're here tonight. Excellent. Let's do some quick shout outs. So guys, here's the deal. You know the deal, right?
Yeah, we do,
The
yeah.
deal is we want to hit the, by the way, I screwed this up because from now on, we're not going to do on the leaderboard the 50, 100, 150.
Yep.
I'm going to just say 150 so everyone knows what the actual real goal is for the stream, because I feel like it is too deceptive to say 50, 100, 150.
Oh.
This way, you'll know we're going for 150.
We're starting
every
at
stream.
150 from
Right?
now
That's the
on.
goal.
Let's
That's
go.
how to keep the king
We're
streak
back
alive.
up.
Now, at tiered rewards, I might put on gunner glasses. I might put on a hat just
No,
to be
you
silly.
won't.
But please, tonight, support the stream in some way. Anyway, whether it's a super chat, a membership, a gifted membership, or a tip. The goal is 150 in tips. When we hit that, then the streak continues on to 27. Now, yeah, we did talk about this hilarious thing that if we happen to hit a ridiculous $1,000 in tips, which we almost hit the first time I played this the other night.
Did we?
I'll put on and rip the Philomania t-shirt, brother. Like,
oh, the first night. Oh, we're trying to get back to the first night of support. That's what we're doing this for. 'Cause I saw the second night he got like 200 or whatever. It's still ridiculous, but yeah, far cry from 1,000.
While we're pulling for Hogan's. Okay? So there you go. But we got to hit that. And
point out
I don't know.
the pre-cut,
like I said, it looks like
obviously.
we'll be pulling tonight. So maybe we'll get pumped and motivated while we're pulling to support the stream.
Definitely.
I guess we'll see.
Had to pre-cut the shirt. Not
okay.
Start
Let's do some shout-outs. We start off with Tweeter Trash, who first did a super chat.
So these don't count. We wait till YouTube.
No, don't spend this on the game. Buy booze with this instead.
Yeah, please. That's a better idea. It's more fun.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Oh.
You guys already funded many pulls in this game with that crazy night of tips the other night. Seriously, like you guys were nuts with the amount of support you gave me. So we're definitely going to do some pulls tonight if we can unlock the loot.
So he thinks like if he gets money during the streams, that's pull money.
Slayer is here. He re-upped his membership for 35 months. He's a moderator, and he says, I'm here for the stream playing WWE 2K24 as well. Cool. So as you're going to see, this is a very chill game. We're going to get through, I think, grinding 1 day's worth of stuff, and then we're going to be able to unlock the tier that we want so we can do loot pulls and stuff like that. Okay? Oh, one more tip. Our first tip of the night just came through. It's a $2.55 tip. From Phil Smoke Shit, I'm getting over food poisoning. I enjoyed your Call of Duty stream. Food poisoning sucks. It does. Food poisoning is terrible. Makes you feel awful.
Whoa,
There's nothing you can do about it either. You know, you just got to let it pass through your body. So I hope you feel better sooner rather than later.
Definitely.
I can't put that word on the leaderboard for the record. I can't have that physically on the screen. YouTube will flag the videos.
No, they
won't.
But
I'll put an abbreviation.
No, they won't.
Thank you for the first tip of the night. Okay.
What was it, crack or shit? I couldn't.
All right, so let's get back to the game.
I'm not sure. He's been reading things about grape recently, so I don't know why we're sitting here playing pretend.
Begin. Here we go.
Speaking about playing pretending this is a real game.
Phil here, and welcome back to DSP Gaming for another session.
Okay, YouTube mode is on, by the way, so now any tip will mean we're out of this game. We will finish that part we're on Ask the King, by the way, but yeah, we're on the clock now, let's say.
Our third ever of WWE Champions, brother. It's time to get to League 7. It's time to get to real loot, to a real event, and to see what we can do tonight. What we're going to do, first of all, there's a million things to do because we're logging in for the first time in several days. So here we're going to have our daily bag to claim.
Oh, definitely.
We don't have a login streak on this account, huh? Couldn't manage that one too.
Okay. And then down here, usually there's stuff to do.
Oh, there
is. Not because I'm not in a faction yet. We're not going to join a faction. I'm thinking I might actually make a faction at some point. Here's the factions that are available.
SmackDown, right?
Hey,
I might make a faction.
Sons of SmackDown. I know that one.
Of my own. Once we get to this, but
go to the Sons of SmackDown.
Not gonna do that right
They're
now.
pretty cool.
We got some daily tickets.
I've heard of that.
I've been told.
These are the daily auto clear tickets, so we'll grab those. And
the Sons of SmackDown are pretty fucking sweet.
So first of all,
they got some great players in there
that have come in.
I don't know how much of this gameplay you've seen. I don't know if you watch these streams, but these menus are atrocious.
No, I have no idea how
he navigates
separately. Here, this was our reward.
He knows his way. He's like Magellan on these things, though. He knows where everything is.
It's on a format. It's on a format he's not even familiar with. Like he usually does this mobily on the PC. He still knows where everything's located.
Anyway,
he's a navigator.
Maybe we can't. We have to do
He's gelling like Magellan.
We can't even do it yet. Look at this. They're selling the coins, but I can't do a pull. I don't think we could test this because I'm pretty sure that will not be there for us. Let's get our free bag.
Look at this.
There's our free bag of stuff.
Definitely free bag.
I like the PC version more than the iPhone version. I mean, it's the same game. It actually runs nice and smooth on here. But playing with a mouse is a little annoying, honestly.
I like my finger. Yeah, less work for the fingers.
$99.99. Are they out of their minds?
Method.
They're charging newbies,
brother,
$100 for 6 terrible characters. These characters are awful.
How do you know that so well?
$100 for that pack. That's insane. That's an incredible ripoff. Wow. Poor newbies wouldn't even know. They would think that that's good. They'd be like, oh, I'm going to buy that. That'll help level up my roster. Those characters are garbage. So yeah, see,
It's a good thing he's such a pro. He would never fall.
We have level 7.
Holy shit, man! This is
$200,000 worth of learning. Thank
To
God.
hit level 7, we can do the event loop.
This is wild.
Missions to do.
Like I can't
Still have
believe it
these
actually.
already.
Like, look at all these fucking
We have to
menus
do
we've
2,000
navigated
points
already.
each.
We've clicked on like
spend money
100 tabs.
just to hit the
Here's
viewpoints for
100
tonight, which is really messed up, but
notifications.
we have to. So there it is.
No, these
2,000
games are like that though, because
European
Chew
Tour,
low-key likes this Attack on
Berlin,
Titan
European
game
Tour
that is not like
Madrid,
this. She doesn't spend money on it.
Women's
She's not
Evolution Tour
insane.
Chapter 1
But
hard
there is
mode,
like there's so much
6 battles
micromanagement.
of
It's like
Deadman's Daily
insane. It's
hard
like I can't keep up with
and
all
3
this.
showdown victories.
I'm not smart
The
enough, I
showdown
guess.
victories may be the hardest thing of all.
Yeah, no,
Seriously.
that's what I was saying earlier. Like, my brain's just not built for this. I could never get into this.
Yeah, it's wild.
You saw when we were playing Showdown the other day, it was not fair or balanced whatsoever. They were throwing teams at us that were so overpowered compared to us, and it looks like they're continuing to do so. We're gonna take a look at this. Eat a lunch mix.
Uh-oh.
This is ridiculous. Like, so the power level of the team is 28,000, meaning he's 14,000, okay? My Shawn Michaels is 16,000, and I have no money. So
Oh man, it's gonna be fun when Philip tries to talk to Craig on Thursday and says, "Why didn't you believe me, Craig, when I said I didn't play Champions? It wasn't me." It's gonna be fun.
Well, he told Craig he's not allowed to ask any questions. So if DSP doesn't bring it up specifically, then you know, he doesn't have to talk about it. Stupid.
Yeah.
Can't even
That'll
like
be
level
fun.
them up or anything to do this.
What the
I'm thinking
fuck?
we should do everything else first and see how much we make, and maybe even buy some coins to level up Shawn Michaels all the way so we can actually win these matches. This is pretty ridiculous, man. Wow. It's pretty darn ridiculous.
It's pretty darn ridiculous, definitely.
So once again, yeah, see, we don't have any events
all
to do.
of the statements, this is being ridiculous
it's all
is one of
locked,
them.
See? Oh, okay. It all says
Oh,
in a lock
interesting.
League 7. All right, this is great. We finally got a definitive answer. When we hit League 7 tonight, we can do all the special tours and stuff. So finally, we'll be able to do some better stuff when we hit level 7. All right, so we're gonna hit
Better
level
stuff
7
like
tonight and
what?
get this going.
Better
At least we
polls?
have confirmation after
Like,
2
yeah,
streams that we
what's
can
better
finally do the better
stuff?
tonight.
I don't
He
even
keeps
know.
talking about like getting to the real game, like when you get to
Good
level
lord,
7. But
right?
as far as I know, this game is literally spending money.
so,
like what we can do that now. It's the same fucking money
Okay,
being
let's get out
spent.
there.
Where's
and let's
the
start doing
fun?
the level 7 stuff.
Yeah, okay, here
so
we
it
go.
said Women's Evolution, Chapter 1 hard mode. You know, we got to do 6 hard Deadman dailies. Let's do those. The 6 hard Deadman dailies. Let's get those
This
going.
is
I
the
have
other
shout-outs
thing. We have to do 900
shout them out
hours
while I do
of
these.
menu play and shoutouts before one goddamn game gets played. It's crazy.
So, let's see here. RP with a $5 super chat
Doesn't
says,
count.
Phil, I'm hungry. What should I order for dinner? I'm loving the DSP Renaissance. Or the DSP Renaissance. Penisance? Now, wait a minute.
Penisance, yes,
The
Penisaur.
Penisance? I don't think we have to call it the Penisance.
We gotta
That
call
sounds
it
a little
Burrow.
bizarre, don't you think? The Penisance?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
Look at this game,
anyway,
guys. Look at this game.
What should you get for dinner? I don't know. What are you in the mood for? Because you can get anything delivered now. Now you can either use DoorDash or Instacart or Uber Eats, and they'll bring it right to your house.
Bet you could use
What are you in the mood
DoorDash.
for, right? My wife and I just had Mexican, and it was super duper good. Nice Mexican meal.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday that was. And then Mr. Jupel with a $5 super chat says,
Doesn't count.
DS Phil, DS Phil, DS Phil, DS Phil. So DS instead of DSP, DS Phil. Well, thank you for that.
That was the game right there. Like we just played. That was
Let's
a
get you on the
successful
leaderboard.
And that
play
was a
right
match.
there.
That's
was,
what you thrive
Mr.
for.
Jupel.
Did
It's
that
very fun.
dopamine not feel
Thank you,
fulfilled?
Mr. Jupel.
Dude.
We have some tips to shout out.
Okay, thanks.
Well,
We're out of here
let's
then.
keep going. We have to beat 6 of these matches. It's so dumb. So pointless. Jade. Good evening, Jade. He says, is Eddie in this? Yes, Eddie Guerrero is in this. Eddie Guerrero has several different appearances in the game.
Oh.
There's like
How many do you know?
a classic Eddie. I think there's 2 versions of WCW Eddie, and then there's the White Cheese Steel Eddie who beat Brock Lesnar for the title. WrestleMania. So
Or Eddie Guerrero's.
Eddie Guerrero's in WWE.
God
Champions.
damn.
Dude, he knows it all.
What's up,
He's got
Junior?
all
How
of
are
the
you?
information in there.
Players, we watched 2 amazing movies.
God damn.
One's called Sheriff.
You
about
want
a
to know why
Malay
he can't
movie about
remember
a
what he
meth
said
killer
yesterday? It's because
who
he's too
kills
busy
drug
thinking about
dealers.
fucking
He's a drug
WWE
police, and the main
Champions
guy catches
characters.
him.
He knows everything.
Okay, let's do some shout outs for tips. We have a $10 tip to start the night.
All right, we're out of here.
Here we go.
Oh.
From Jenny P, you're the best. Well, thank you, Jenny P,
Thank
for
you,
a
Jenny
$10
P.
tip. That's the first tip animation of the night.
Oh yes, tip animation.
Thank you very
of the
much
night.
for that. And let's get Jenny P up on the leaderboard.
If I'm a little slow updating the leaderboard tonight, it's
because what?
It's because I'm using new equipment.
Oh yeah.
And I'm probably gonna make some mistakes.
New keyboards, notoriously difficult to type with.
Yeah, how could I ever navigate my setup with a new keyboard? Possible.
Here we go.
They always rearrange the letters on us. Those fucking new keyboards.
Every company does it different. It's like shirt sizes. They're never the same.
I received a $5 tip. I guess I should put shirt rip at 1K on the leaderboard.
Puts the numbers on the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we got to put the shirt rip at 1K again. Circuit Master.
This leaderboard looks like shit, dude.
Look how long it is now. God,
so,
that's what I'm saying.
It's on the website. You can make Philomania headbands and t-shirts. Printify.com. Just drag and drop, and large and shrink is beautiful. Yeah, but they don't actually have like the logos and stuff, right? Actually, someone did contact me, and they said they're going to try to make a Philomania logo that I can then use on merch if I so chose to do so. I'm not looking to sell merch. I'm just looking to get like a shirt or a bandana for me to wear during my streams. I don't actually care about selling the merch at this point. I just want to put it on and ham it up and be silly during the streams. I think that would be pretty neat, right?
Pretty neat. Normal thing to say.
Just go to if and when I get that logo someone's making for me.
Go to many places that would do that for you.
All right,
but yeah.
This will be my third match.
Look at this game.
And here we go.
All right, that's it.
You're loving it?
Shout outs to Joe G, who said a very true comment here. Absolute encyclopedia for champions. Now, I'm going to go into live, by the way. I was like a minute behind. Same thing. We didn't miss anything.
So if you didn't see
Absolute encyclopedia for champions, but we'll turn around and deny everything in the June doc. I know. Can you imagine? Like, it's like adding uncertainty to those that don't know the whole story here, because now he started to play WWE Champions and he fucking knows everything possible in this game.
Here I am. I haven't played Call of Duty.
All that for years for what? Like this was the end game.
What's going to happen on Monday when that document comes out and lays down the bullet points to prove it's him? Then what? Dent Style News Network, big up, says, hey, LT, this was going to Atlas's birthday money, but since he's a midget style, don't give it to him until he can reach it. I won't. I'll put it at least 4 feet above the ground. That's about the level you're at, right? Atlas 4 feet tall. I can't remember your exact height.
All right. I think this is an appropriate time to tell you that you and Snoot are actually the defendants in my latest case. I was going to let the summons reach you first, but you and Snoot decided to slander me the other day live on stream in front of everybody. So, like I said, expect the summons in the mail.
Hey,
you're going down, Buster.
I've never said anything about your height and then play a video of me making fun of your height and then like, well, I said that once, but someone told me to say that. Snoot told me to say that, actually.
The height is just the insult to the injury. It's you saying that I was tipping DSP the other day when somebody was shouting me out, which
Atlas
whoever's
is a
doing
famous
that,
tipper.
please stop.
There is a person named Atlas. There is someone named Atlas, and it's Atlas something else that tips Phil. And a lot of people were saying. That's all I can say.
Telemon exists, actually.
Profit of the house says, how long till we get 200 tips? But he did 250 in pulls, and it's not negative 50, so please support. Oh, yeah. Good point. Is it going to happen? Like, guys, I got $100, but I pulled twice once, so I'm kind of zero. So if you don't mind, guys. Jay Wuso says he is the WWE Champions Rain Man. Definitely. RS Nerd said, I can't believe my lying eyes either, ALT. I know, it's wild, man. What a timeline we're on.
2008.
Oh, here we go. What?
PewDiePie wasn't until many years later. He was watching my playthroughs and was leaving comments on them and stuff, and then he started making his own.
Yeah.
So he's after me.
That's good.
Feel about that generation? I don't know. I never cared about other YouTubers. I just done my own shit. Right? I really didn't.
You never talked about other YouTubers. Why would I?
You inspired him.
Making my stuff.
DSP Flag It says, somebody on Kiwi Farm said it best. Phil has lots of wiki knowledge of the game, but can't tell you why to do something, just like Street Fighter. Also, has Philip ever paid anyone for any work done to his channel ever? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, he did end up paying Rambo, remember. It was not what he wanted to pay. It was less than Rambo. Sorry. It was less than he decided to pay Rambo, but Rambo only asked for 100, so Philip said, yeah, 100's good.
Do the main hub.
So he did pay Rambo, but after that, good question, if he cut out Rambo.
Seriously, I do.
Great question, actually. I don't know.
Can't personally think of anybody that he's paid.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Rambo was probably the first. Oh, he paid for the PC, yeah, but that's. He was literally just paying for the parts, I think. Like, he didn't pay him for labor or anything. But. Anyways, all right, fuck this. I'll keep this on. We'll check back. We only have like 5 minutes left on this one. 8 minutes left. Let's finish this one, all right? So let's go back to this. We'll come back to it. Don't worry. We're not missing anything anyway.
Oh, it's a childish, immature thing.
This is the girl gamers question, if you can believe it. We're still in the girl gamer question. Let's finish this part, then we're out of here.
There are these stigmas and these generalizations that were happening.
Yes.
Now, obviously, today gaming has become mainstream. If you can go to the store and you see gaming merchandise there, you know that gaming is hit mainstream. I see Mario. I see Minecraft shit. Grand Theft Auto is the big prominent sign in front of every entertainment store.
Entertainment store?
All right, it's mainstream now. Gaming is mainstream. Okay.
Okay.
So when that happens, obviously it opens up to a bigger audience.
Yeah, what's an entertainment store? Good question.
You're going to have people who are legit fans of this who maybe wouldn't have been. Maybe and I'm not going to say this to be overgeneralized, but maybe in the 1980s and 90s it wasn't common to have a hot girl who was, a fan of games, and now things have changed so much that yes, that has dramatically changed, and now you'll have
girls
attractive
like
women
cool
who are actually fans of video games, just like everything else. Okay.
Even hot girls are doing it. That's how mainstream it is. Before it was only ugly
maybe
girls.
that was the clarification he was looking for. It was only ugly girls, exactly.
Now hot girls like it too.
That guy's a bitch.
Hot girls like gaming?
That's fucking dope.
All right.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay, here we go.
There are people, now I'm not just saying they're attractive women, but there are people who jump on bandwagons and use it as an opportunity to try to make money and promote themselves when they're not sincere or legitimate about it. I'm going to tell you a story.
Oh, please.
Right? I don't know what it is now. I don't know how it is now.
Oh, my God.
But I remember in the early 2000s when video games were starting to become more competitive and tournaments were becoming more popular, when MLG was coming out, and this was the big thing. Oh, there's these FPS. Halo was a big one. There was like one or two real big FPS games that were being played everywhere for like MLG and stuff. And Street Fighter was trying to get their foot in the door, but they weren't there yet. Now they are, but they weren't there yet at that time. There was this group, there were clans. There were always clans. These clans would play together, they would go to tournaments and participate in the tournaments together. And there was this group called the Frag Dolls. Okay? I'm pretty sure they still exist.
That A is aggressive. The Frag Dolls. Listen.
There was this group called the Frag Dolls. Okay?
Frag Dolls, yeah. Frag Dolls.
I'm pretty sure they still exist. I don't know if it's the same girls anymore. But they came in and said, we're girl gamers, we're about girl power, and we're attractive women, and we're good at first-person shooter games.
Is that how they sounded?
I hope not.
Oh my God.
That's a bad life if so.
That's how they talked, I guess.
God, every male gamer was like, had a giant raging boner for them. Oh my God, semi-attractive girls who play games and did the frag. They had pictures of them all.
Semi-attractive. Okay, I found a picture. So here's the semi-attractive frag dolls that Philip says just semi-attractive.
Philip, there's definitely some semi-attractive females in here. That's for certain.
Absolutely, yes. But remember, they talk like this. Yeah, we're gamers. We're games. Yeah.
The internet, and they would go
I don't think
across
anyone could sell me on that voice.
Circuit to MLG was a big. Oh, the Frag Dolls will be at this tournament. You must go there and play against them and stuff like that. And I see some people in the chat who know about them. Okay, and guess what? They weren't really that good. People who were tournament level players knew it was a joke. It was literally girls who, they were gamers, don't get me wrong, they played the games, they understood the games, they knew that if they didn't know that the basic understanding of the game, they wouldn't get anywhere, it would be a laughingstock, but they weren't tournament level players. They literally were only involved in the tournament scene because they were female. And because they had tits and asses, and because they were the only attractive girls who were there. And it was an absolute ridiculous lie.
They were in the game because they had tits and asses.
It was a way for them to promote themselves in a genre of gaming where they really didn't belong. They didn't really belong in the competitive scene. And it was taking advantage of young men
in general right now?
Okay, I'm just going to read the Frag Dolls' mission was to encourage more women to play video games. That was their goal. I mean, what they say is their goal. It might be different than the actual goal, but just letting you know what they said. Their goal was to get more gamers to be more comfortable gaming in a, largely male-dominated field. But, okay. All right, Philip.
Belong in the competitive scene, and it was taking advantage of young men who were horny teenagers. Oh, I gotta go see the Frag Dolls, and they would buy their merchandise, and they would give them, money. They basically made a living doing this. It was absolutely preposterous.
Preposterous.
And someone from the outside, who was a tournament-level player, could see
made
that.
money selling merch.
Preposterous.
Okay. Copy.
But the common player was like, oh, I gotta fuck the Frag Dolls. Of course, they didn't fuck the Frag Dolls, but that was the thing. It was absolutely ridiculous, superficial nonsense. Okay?
Maybe they fucking did.
Philip has like 10 Frag Dolls shirts in that fucking closet. He couldn't resist
He's the person he's talking about?
Yeah. I gotta fuck one of the Frag Dolls. I'll buy a shirt from you.
Okay. Now, ever since then, there are legit female clans that go and play these games and such, but it was this thing in like the early 2000s where we're girl gamers, worship us. And you know what? I hate to say it and call out, there are people on YouTube with girls, you know it, who are terrible at gaming, but they've got huge YouTube channels just because it's an attractive girl who's playing a video game. And so it exists, this fake group of people who are playing games, saying that they're fans of games, and then they go to play it and they're terrible at it, and it's obvious they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're lying through their teeth just to get your view and to make money.
We're getting very close to saying Justine, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that pretty much might as well have added her. But there's going to be those people in every space, so it's, again, not even worth talking about. I understand this is the Q&A style, but like it's just so not a fucking problem. I don't know why you would waste your time.
And, these people are a joke. For anyone who's a legit gamer, for us it's insulting. Because we're people who grew up with video games and supported video games during the developmental years before they ever went mainstream.
I'm insulting. Frag Girls existing is... Frag Dolls, excuse me. The Frag Dolls, it's insulting they exist.
We really do feel that we have an invested interest in games because we're the ones who stuck up for them and got them to the level where they are.
What?
And now some pretty girl just walks onto the scene. Oh, hi. Oh, look, I like this game. She plays it and gets 1 million views and makes a fucking $1 million doing it. And it's like, what the fuck?
Okay, we're getting to the real problem here. That they're getting paid, and Philip deserves their money instead.
How is this?
Because he's a real gamer.
Yeah, that was DSP's merch money, obviously.
Who's really been a fan of it all this time? And the answer is it's not. It's ridiculous commercialism, okay?
Ridiculous commercialism. Yep.
Now, the case in point that Kevin brings up is a different situation. Here's a girl who's a friend of his, who apparently he says she's attractive, and she is a fan of games. She grew up with them. She's wearing a Triforce shirt, and kids are making fun of her, saying, "Oh, she probably isn't a fan of games."
It's totally real, legitimate story.
All right, I'm just gonna start this again.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Okay, just gonna keep that going here.
The reason that they're doing that is because for a decade we've had fake girl gamers who have been doing this. All right. Who have been doing it just for the attention, just for the money, to literally rip off horny young dudes. All right? And so you get a girl like that who, unfortunately, obviously the people at the store are idiots, because if the girl's wearing the Triforce shirt, she's not on YouTube doing it, she's not in Frag Dolls or anything like that, she's just going to the comic book store to get a comic book.
More Frag Dog slander. Frag Doll slander.
She's wearing a Triforce on her shirt. What are you, an asshole? And the answer is yes, they are. They're assholes.
Oh, okay.
But that's why this mentality now exists. It's kind of flipped. At first, it was, wow, these horny dudes. Now it's like those dudes kind of wised up. And now it's like, if there's a girl gamer, that's it. She's not legit. Attack her. So it's flipped on its head now. It's flipped.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
After a decade of girls abusing this, it's now flipped on its head. There are legitimate girl gamers because games have gone mainstream, and now you've got these intolerant assholes who just incorrectly generalize and assume that every female who plays games is a phony. And that's not true. So I do have to say, it's messed up. I understand where it came from, why that mentality exists, but it's not right, and you have to take each person for what they are at what they are. If there's a girl who's playing games on YouTube and you watch and she's legitimately having fun, and she's obviously knows what she's doing, don't...
What if she's hot and has big boobs? I'm confused. What do I do in that case?
this is still him gatekeeping though. So like, it's not enough that she could just be a girl playing a game and you have fun, but she also has to know the game. Well, that's exactly what these people in real life were doing to this lady, assuming that she didn't know how to play the game because she was a woman. It's the same shit, dude.
Yes.
What is he doing?
I have this was the unhinged.
Make fun of her and say that she's, oh, she's in it for the money. What? Are you out of your mind? No. I could tell the people who are there because you go watch their content. They can't even get past the second fucking stage of a simple puzzle game because they've never.
iJustine. Okay, now it's confirmed he's talking about iJustine because iJustine famously couldn't get past the second level of Portal. So now we are legitimately just talking about iJustine right now.
There because you go watch their content. They can't even get past the second fucking stage of a simple puzzle game because they've never played one because they don't like video games because they're only doing it because it's a fucking fad and it's hot and it's mainstream now and they're taking your time and wasting it so that they can make money and it's fucking disgusting and I, obviously, being a real gamer, am totally against it, and I think it's fucking bullshit, okay?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Thank you. That's my final thought on that answer.
Right. So, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Not
6,
hearing
7
it tonight.
questions,
Done.
but these are kind of short.
Who cares?
These questions left, and we've got
next week
the stream chat questions. So I'm going to take my final break.
My
we're going to come back, and then we're going to finish up these questions quickly, and then we're going to do the questions in the Q&A for the stream chat. So again, if you're on Twitch TV, hang in there. I'll be back in just a few short minutes. If you're on YouTube, just go ahead and go to part 4, the final part of Ask the King for this month. Thanks, everyone. I'll be right back.
Okay, thanks for that legendary Galaxy Brain takes today, we heard. All right, Atlas, what are you doing tomorrow? Let everybody know. Come on.
Nothing. I'm celebrating my birthday, which is today. Thanks, ALT, for telling me happy birthday. That was really cool of you.
How old you turning?
13.
Share that?
Very cool.
13? So we are of the same age, near the same age. I'm similar. I'm 14, actually, so very, very cool.
Oh, wow. Look at
happy
you,
birthday to the one and the only Atlas. Maybe we're getting ready to, ride an adult-sized bike. I don't know. We're getting almost there. It's
the training wheels they're looking like they're coming off pretty soon.
Okay.
It's gonna be something. Be on the lookout. Atlas riding around your block.
Awesome. That being said, it'll be tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, with the Marked One in the house, and we're gonna do a fun game that I need to put together tomorrow morning, so it's not ready yet. But we're gonna put up 20 or 30 kind of like arcs. And we're going to do a draft. And we're going to draft which ones do we think will be brought up or not. So we're going to pick up like 20, kind of like minor arcs. And we're going to draft them and see how many get mentioned on the June documentaries. That should be fun time tomorrow with the Marked One. So that'll be tomorrow. But you're all fucking legends. WPIG will be live 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the fucking music to get you going on your Sunday. But you're all legends. Happy birthday to Atlas, all right? Final word to you, Atlas. Go ahead. Come on.
I did a Q&A. I released it while we were live. If you want to see it, it's there.
Oh, link it. Come on. Give me the link.
Okay.
Hurry up.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting there. I'm fumbling the bag here.
Hurry up.
All right. There you go. Now it's in the chat.
Chat. Go. No. It's going to be auto-modded.
Oh, no.
Discord.
ALT doesn't trust me. It's kind of wacky, guys.
It's
a strange relationship we have.
Go click it. All right, see you guys. You're all legends, all right? Don't forget it. Bye.
Bye.